A hiss echoes through the tunnels. You would almost think it was steam escaping from some sort of gnomish engineering pipes, but you know it isn't. It's somehow more organic. Shadows move in the passages ahead as a red light rhythmically brightens and then dims from somewhere. There is a tension in the air, one that you're rather unaccustomed to. If Grummy were here, she would tell you that it's the same kind of tension that prey feels while it's being hunted. So let's talk about what we're doing this week. So, crafting. Let's get on to our crafting rolls. You guys got several days here to get a hold of. You have 8 days worth of crafting to roll out for. So you can make your rolls, and then time for making anything in particular. We'll talk about anything you guys are making in particular as well.
Hey, who are you, Ryan? We should put some work towards the Axe Buster.
Yes, that is affirmative.
Okay. How much are you guys looking to dump towards the Axe Buster? And what do you want to do with it?
Well,
I want to reinforce it and make sure that it is constantly on fire.
okay.
This is going back to our previous conversation in Discord. Just kidding. But seriously.
So how many points are you guys looking to spend?
Well, I was gonna base that off of what Adam was thinking, because then I'm gonna use the rest towards the construction.
Hey, if you guys would like, I'd be happy to volunteer some service for my craftsman, my wood crafting as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, there it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ah, no. Hold on.
Adam, you got kind of gypped on your rolls.
You have more than a +7.
Oh, yeah.
I know, that's what I have to
at.
redo that.
I was like, what the heck is going on there?
I marked down the wrong thing.
Okay, so give me a few things that you guys wanted to do while Adam's figuring that out. Do you want it to shoot and be retractable?
Definitely yes.
Definitely yes. Anything else that you'd like it to do?
I think that was like the pinnacle of what we thought of when...
I would like... Oh, you know what would be awesome? If we could have the axe part of it removable, and you could change the attachment.
Oh, that's a great idea! I love it. I freaking love it.
Ron got so excited he couldn't speak proper English anymore.
I was just trying to choose the right words because I was so excited.
All right. So, let's see. To shoot the axe, we'll charge 300 crafting points. To make it retractable, only 100. That's a pretty easy go. Okay, thank you, Phil. To switch weapons out, we'll add another 2 to that. And to make it so that... Do you want him to be able to grapple onto things when it shoots out, or just retract?
I would like him to be able to grapple onto things. Like, it would be great if he could use it to either pull himself or other targets to him.
Okay. So in order to do something like that, you're going to have to invest in some very high-quality steel cord.
Okay.
To do that. Like, chain is just too big and rope is just too frail. So
right.
We're at 600. I'm going to charge you guys, for however you want to divide the points out, 800 crafting points. And you can make the Axe Buster launch up to 30 feet, grapple whatever it plunges itself into, and retract. And you can swap out the heads. So if he wants to stick a spearhead on there or anything else, he can do that.
Okay. I have 304.
Dude's going to be a walking trebuchet. Did you hear that?
Yes. I have 304 points. He can have them all.
Okay.
And I have another 89.
Okay, so that is 393. We still need to come up with almost 400 plus points for the current schematic.
I will do 100.
Can you do 107?
I can do 107.
It's an even 500, so we're 300 short.
Okay.
All right. So at this point, I would say You do not get the changeable head or the ability to grapple. It's just returning at this moment. But if you invest, you know about what you need to do to get it to invest so that you can do more.
Are my crafting points transferable over to their task, even though my skill isn't really the same as theirs?
It would have to be a skill that would fit into it. Like I was kind of borderline even with
Well,
yes, because he can supply the oil to grease the.
I can do you better than that. I can.
Look at you trying
I'm
to
listening.
scratch on.
Let's listen to Filbert.
I can produce, using the horns from the bunnies, the ability for it to translocate and just reappear back at its source.
So you could circumvent the
chain part? Circumvent the chain part?
I have 4 uses of... I marked them as horny bunny potion. I know that's not exactly what it is, but one of the properties is translocation. And I have currently... Filbert currently has 580 crafting points that he hasn't used.
So could I... Because that would be an enchanting thing, wouldn't it?
It is starting to head that way.
So I have some extra enchanting point. I mean, that's going to take a while, but could I use that for enchanting?
I will say this. It takes away from the amount of healing potions I was about to make. Significantly.
Well, that's going to be... Here's the thing. I can only imagine that would be a complicated enchantment.
It's not as complicated as you think because you have the reagents to do it. Otherwise, it would have been it's a very difficult enchantment. But with the horns that you have from the rabbits, you're...
Yep. I also have some mushrooms that do levitation. I don't know if that helps in any way.
No, I don't.
Maybe for targeting.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm totally up to try this. So it would be an axe that he could throw out or propel out.
It would
somehow?
still launch out. You've created a launching mechanism. It would hit things, and he would be able to magically return it to its socket. He would also be able to hook up the steel wire to whatever he's shooting out of it, say his grappling hook attachment, and use it like that. So
once we get the wire for the grapple, he'd be able to instantly recall it.
Yep.
But he'd also be able to shoot it and grapple.
Mm-hmm. So I'm saying here's what I'm going to say. If Filbert's willing to dump 300 of his crafting points, Thanik is willing to dump his enchanting points, and you guys spend an extra 100 gold on this wire, you can have your fully functioning axe buster. Scream.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even for us, technically, so...
but this is awesome.
This is just great anyway. Oh, yeah, it's cool.
Awesome.
I mean, I think from the moment of this thing's inception, I was, all about it, and I'm even more about it now.
It's going to be the 4 children who think they did something really awesome going to Dad, being like, hey, don't show Mom, but look what we made you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's happening?
That's what's happening.
I feel like this has got to be the type of thing that, this is why Granitebacks have a name.
Yes.
Yeah. Crap like this.
Because he's not going to go out and fight with it. He's going to sit in the bar and, just shoot ale.
It'll be like somebody's playing darts and he's like, dart.
Oh my God.
Well, now that him and Khalid have moved back to town, he's been in the tavern quite a bit more. And so you guys come to him with all these upgrades and these enhancements, and it's the first time you've really seen him happy since you've gotten back. He's really kind of thrilled about this whole thing, and he's more thrilled to see you guys working together in tandem, using your different skills and all of that to make things awesome. Filbert?
I assume that uses all of that specific reagent?
Yes, it does.
I just wanted to make sure before I delete it.
Yeah, we gave him a very powerful booming enchantment, so it's gonna take all of those. And
so I'm just gonna assume that my enchanting and my tinkering points are empty. That's
a fair assumption at this point. So, however, this is just a good moment in play and in D&D and in your guys' campaign life. So I am going to give you guys all a +1 bonus to your crafting proficiencies. So
Oh, nice.
you have all just
What?
leveled up your crafting inside.
Dude.
Nice.
Dang.
Awesome.
Yep. So just the way it all came together and everybody helping a little bit here and there, it's good. It's good. So
Okay.
That's cool.
everybody gets a +1
That's
to that.
epic.
And Oren is immediately like it's like you drove up to his house in a Ferrari and said, "This is yours." He's shooting things around. He goes to the center of the spiral stairs and shoots it straight up and yanks himself up to the second floor. He's already trying to figure out what else he can shoot out of this. And at one point in time, an empty mug of ale does go flying into the bar room, back towards the actual bar and keg, and it smashes against the wall, and he's yelling, "I'll have another!" It's obviously a fun toy. Khalid looks a little sad that he does not have a toy, but
Well, he'll get one.
So there's that. That went awesome. It's amazing. I think you're probably even going to gain some fame points for that because it's just.
I mean, we should.
You should. It's the whole town's talking about Oren. He's like Spider-Man and around buildings, and they had to get him down from the windmill.
I mean, I would imagine if that guy travels any, and in due time, legend will spread.
Yep.
Be the thing of folk songs.
The Graniteback Axe Buster. So
Well, that removes all of my questions, by the way.
Okay, that's good. So let's talk
Because the
about
questions
some
are
other
going to be
stuff
about potions.
go ahead.
With that, I'm going to use the remainder of my crafting points that I have available. If I'm understanding the way these work, and everyone can add 2d4 to your potion vials, except for Othig, who can add 3d4 plus 3. Because each minor healing potion I add to the vial adds 1d4 plus 1, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so everyone, the special crystal vial that I gave you guys that is a 1d4 plus 1, you can each add 2d4 plus 2 to it, except for Othig, who can add 3d4 plus 3.
The Glowshroom potion?
No.
No, this one is the potion, the crystal potion vial that I made out of the crystals that I gave everyone one of.
Oh,
So
I
if
didn't get
you
one of
have-
those.
Yeah,
You'll
and
need to add one.
No, everybody's got one.
Everybody should have one with 1d4 plus 1 in it right now.
I don't have.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't take the item, quote unquote. Was there?
No, there wasn't. This was something I needed you guys to add to your inventories because it's not a real item.
Yep. Filbert made their enchanted vials that you can continue to put standard or regular healing potions, textbook healing potions in, and the D4s just add up, so you don't have to worry about, I have 2 greaters and this minors. You can just, when you need to drink a potion, you can drink so many D4s plus that of healing out of your healing bottle.
Yep.
Awesome.
So it started out as a 1d4,
Yep.
Correct.
and now we're adding 2d4, so it should be a total of 3d4.
Yep.
And
it is
Ryan's
always,
should be 44.
the plus is always how many D4s you spend.
Okay. So we can spend. I can choose to only drink 1d4.
Yep. And then it's 1d4 plus 1. Or you can drink 10d4 and it's 10d4 plus 10.
I get it. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
And that will leave me with 30 crafting points.
Sounds good. Perfect. Great use of crafting points. So let's talk about your guild hall. So your guild hall has been rebuilt. It now has light furnishings. Not just the stuff you guys built and made last week. Some of the others have spent some time and some of their money to furnish it. They've kind of bought their own furniture. It's almost like they just assumed, well, this is where I'm sleeping, so I need a bed. Gonna go get one. And they went and they bought furniture. So there's average tables, card tables, and things like that. People hang out. It feels like a genuinely functioning guild hall now. Several people are still staying at the inn because the accommodations are nicer, but you do have people who are living here now, and there is a cow out back. Let's not forget about the cow that you guys got as a reward.
Yeah, seriously.
Can't forget about the cow.
Yep, it's back there. Sky has taken to feeding it, it does seem like she might be feeding it a lot. And she keeps calling it fatty fat.
Okay.
So, kind of know where that's going. So let's talk about how the jobs went this week. It's job time. I love job time. It's one of my favorite new times that we do. So you got 3 contracts, and you did some hiring. You held your first job fair, sent some people packing. Definitely did not like the trickster rogue from the Red Rock, or trickster cleric from the Red Rock clan that showed up.
Yeah.
He just wasn't in the mix. But you picked up some really good candidates. They're all pretty unique in their personalities, as some of your other members have become. And you've farmed out your teams, and you sent them on their way. So let's talk about ogres first. The ogres harassing local farmers. So, as your group goes out there, you're sending Sir Cadmus the Paladin, his giant soul sorcerer, Harag, and Hashel and Wearagrummy out to hunt down these ogres. And they ride out there, and as they're approaching the farm that the contract came from, there is already 2 ogres in the field attacking livestock and trying to run off with things. And so it's combat rolls. Who wants to make the first D20 roll of the night?
Phil.
I gotta move this. Oh, Phil, that's not so good. Luckily, you have a very combat-heavy team. But they do show some incohesiveness to their ability to work together. Sir Cadmus and Wearagrummy have a little bit of tension over who's actually in charge. He's kind of just by his nature a take-lead guy. He does respect command and authority, and there is an apology after they chase off the ogres, but the fight was far messier than it needed to be. That group cannot take another pounding like that if they get into another combat. So, but they do manage to save almost all of the livestock that was still alive. The ogres had killed a couple of things, but they took care of it. So the farmer comes out, explains that there's more than just the 2 ogres that you guys dispatched, and says that they're not paying anything until they're all dead. So they set about tracking the ogres. Next D20 roll, as outdoor skills come into play.
I'll do it.
That's a bit better. So that is a success. Ogres are not hard creatures to track. Definitely between Harag's skills, natural skills in being a Goliath and a giant soul Goliath, and Grummy's skills as a ranger, you have no problem tracking these ogres to their lair, which now it's a much bigger complex of caves than you expected to find out this way. So we need to search down the ogres and find them before they find you. Oh, that's a good roll.
Nice.
Even though both Hashel and Sir Cadmus are dressed in heavy armor, they do manage to sneak up on the ogres. That is a full success, so you guys will have advantage as you launch a surprise attack on the ogres in their lair. There are 4 of them, so it does look like this is going to be a bit of a tussle. But you have advantage. 10 and 3, so just enough. That is a partial success. It is not a bad combat for you guys. It goes pretty well. By the end of it, everyone's pretty tired. Hashel and Sir Cadmus both tapped out all of their healing, and Hashel, for a moment, felt like he just wasn't up to the task, but he overcomes. And you guys end up defeating the ogres. So you defeat the ogres, you're going to collect the reward, but you also find 300 gold pieces in recovered goods that the ogres have stolen from somewhere locally in recent history. You can tell they're they're homestead goods and things like that.
Is anything like identifiable?
It's kind of hard to tell. A lot of it's just like household goods. There's even a couch in here. But some of it is pieces of art that would be pretty easy to be identified by the people that it was taken from. But most of it's just kitchenware and other things that have value to them. But it's just in a big giant pile in the middle of their lair.
Do we want to just give that to the town? What's the space magistrate for collection,
what town is
and then
It's just a little farming community on the west edge of the Maker's Palm.
Yeah, it probably came from there. So yeah, I agree with that.
We'll just give it back to them and let them divvy it up.
Okay. They say they'll try and find whoever owned the stuff, and then if they can't, they'll cash it out. So, all right.
They can use that to fix some of their losses.
Sounds good. They're happy about that. So let's talk about the ghost crab. So the whole way on this trip, Skog and Dal are just going on and on about this giant crab. And Hector is to the point where he's almost done with it. He's just like, you guys just need to shut up. But Hal, the new warlock of the group, is just very interested in this whole thing. And he's a sailor, and he's older, and he's happy to be going back towards the water. And so you guys have to hunt down this crab. Finally, you get to the water, and they start the hunt. So outdoors check. D20. That is enough. That is, all right, that is a... you guys go right back to the spot where Skog and Dal had seen this, and they decide to lay some bait, and they find a couple of local deer, and they kill them and leave them on the shoreline. Sure enough, it attracts this crab, and this crab comes out and starts a tussle with your boys, and so we need a combat roll now. But this is a super heavy combat party. These guys have a +9. Well, that's good.
That's just enough.
It is very good. You actually just met the DC for the encounter. So that is another full success on the roll, thanks to their super heavy combat skills. But they don't kill it. It retreats into the water. And for a bit, everybody's looking around trying to figure out how they're going to do this. And Hal begins to cast a ritual that all enables them to water breathe. And you guys get to go under the water to find the lair. So D20 as they explore looking for the lair of the crab. Oh, that's not good.
Gosh, guys.
That's not good at all. That's a full
Phil's gonna die tonight.
failure. You guys unfortunately do not find the lair and are going to have to, let's see, how do we do this?
More time.
No, it takes a couple more days to do this, and in the process, the crab attacks a couple other fishermen, and you do manage to track it down to its lair, and I need another combat roll. That's
oh my gosh.
Still, you guys have a +9.
That's enough.
So that's 19. Yeah. They definitely defeat the crab in its lair, and when it dies, it doesn't die like a normal creature would. It begins to crumble and then turn into like a swirling vortex under the water, and then it fizzles away. So there's something really weird going on here that this group was completely incapable of figuring out. But Hal thinks with a little bit of research that he can figure out what's going on.
Okay.
So that was looking to be a really good run for you guys, but the time it took you to find the crab was just no good. So you do manage to get your reward that was promised, and you get a small boat. And it's in pretty good shape. It's a small keel boat. It is an 8-passenger boat. It's suitable for lakes and rivers. And the town of Kapanis will dock it for you there. So since you don't have any water there, they'll just find a place for it to moor it. So when you go,
are we able to see that on the map, like where that is in relation?
On the big map of Kren, let me pop it open. It is just southwest or southeast of you guys. So, oops. Darn it. I keep clicking the wrong commands. There.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there's a dock there. You could take the boat across the lake if you wanted to, or down to Krenshad. There's a lot you could do.
Awesome. That is very cool to know.
In this little boat. So it's moored there at Kopanis if you need it. The dock master will keep an eye on it.
Is it like a good fishing boat?
It'd be a great fishing boat.
Is there anybody in the community that would be looking to fish for us, or in general?
So you're looking to maybe lease out the boat, or just do a trade-off for food, or something?
Yes.
All good options.
Yeah, you could definitely find somebody to work out a plan with. You could either rent it for coin, or you could do a trade for fish shipped up to Illinois.
I like the fish part. It helps with the amount of people we're hiring.
Yeah, no, I mean, it might not be a bad idea to just, Mav, have you write up a contract that's like, you can have the boat for free as long as we get
Like a certain provision amount, and any extra is basically theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're hired. You work for X amount of load to be delivered to us. Everything extra is your wages.
Yeah.
Type of deal. And we probably stipulate that there's a minimum that we guarantee that they'll earn.
Yeah.
Just in case there's a bad season or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to be
Done.
We could also hire those commoners and send them to work it.
That was something I was thinking about that we could possibly look at long term is if the guild grows large enough, then we could have that be a position that we just fill in the guild. I don't know if the commoners that we have, if they would be appropriate for that, or if that's the kind of job that they were looking for. But it might also be beginner stages of when we hire somebody. It's to fill out the menial tasks, and if they prove good at that, then they can get promoted to.
Even if we do that in the future, I still think it's a really good idea, like to have someone in Copanis do that for now, because it kind of gives us, that
I do too.
recognition.
I think it. I think it.
Piece.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think I think if we do this right, it could garnish some good favor with Copanis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for
Good
sure.
plan. All right, so you guys have your boat. You find some fishermen, and they set it up and they get going. And so there's that. Now the last one, you have some caravan duty, which you had 4 going on that, but you pulled Philomena off of that to go with you guys. And so it's only 3 traveling with this, and so I need an outdoors check as your group travels south to the capital. Solid. Not a problem. They have no problems along the way. They make good pace. They get to Copanis, and the gem merchant loads up on his diamonds. You learn some stuff about the diamond trade and about how, honestly, lucky you got with Othig being raised from the dead. Apparently, diamonds are highly regulated by the government in the Kren Empire. And so to run into a merchant that's carrying some, you kind of get the feeling talking to this guy, because he gets a little upset that somebody else was selling diamonds in Illinois. You might have picked up a black market rock. So that's just a little bit of information that comes back that they're pretty hard to come by, and they're sought after. They're the first type of things, if you read tax law, that they get paid first type things. And being in the military, that higher ranking military officials were often rezzed after combats.
Just for general purpose information, are they more expensive here?
They would end up being more expensive, and so the fact that you got exactly what you needed and it was worth what you paid definitely reinforces the fact that might have been a black market diamond.
Okay.
So on the way back, though, however, they do get themselves into a combat. A manticore sweeps down on the road between Krenshad and Copanis, and it is very strange to see a manticore out and about here, and I need a combat roll. Oh, that's a great roll.
Nice.
It's a good roll. It is dealt with fully, soundly, and very expediently. The merchant is very impressed with the skill that the 3 of them demonstrated. He was a little edgy about taking just the 3 of them out, but Mary Lee performed some magic, and Racky got him a little drunk, and so it all worked out.
Showboating the combat.
And so on their way back, they go past, not Copanis, back up towards Illinois. They find some bandits pillaging some caravan wreckage. The bandits scatter at your approach, but Fizz seems to think they should go after them. Racky thinks they should stay on task. What do you guys think they should do?
We're delivering, coming back.
Well, you're headed for Mariasi through Illinois on your way back from the capital, and this is south of Illinois. This trip takes almost the full week as they bounce around through a few towns.
So my thought on this is that this is gonna sound a little uncaring, but I think
I know what you're gonna say.
We're not gonna make money if we keep doing missions for free.
Yeah, and honestly, like, we're under a contract and we should probably stick to that, as much as I don't think anyone would disagree with if they did go after them. I think in the interests of kind of where the priority is as far as the contract goes, we have a job done.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's not necessarily a smart way to do it, because like as a guild, we don't know anything about this. We don't know if this is an isolated event. We don't know if this is just one or two bandits, or if they're going to turn around a corner and there's an entire bandit camp just sitting there.
That's also true.
I would say, unless there's some extraordinarily circumstances where like they are under attack or something along those lines, I would have our satellite missions
stay on target.
They take stay on target. They take the priority. And
or I mean, if they're gonna pass through Illinois, if there's someone who's back that can follow up on that, just some recon maybe.
Tony thinks Marilee is reckless and will go after them. That's my 2 cents.
Marilee is pretty reckless, and she's definitely on the side of I'd like to blast at them. I would even say to the point where a few cantrips had gone off chasing the bandits as they went. But she understands. She's trying really hard not to get herself in trouble too at the same time.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So I would say in this instance, and we can do it this way, that because the ogre mission went much quicker than it could have, that group would be back, and you could send them after that group, after the bandits, as a bonus mission.
I would say if they go back to town and it turns out, follow up with that and say, hey, there's some bandits out there. How much are you going to pay us to go get rid of it?
Well, you'd pass the military camp first, and they're the ones that usually handle that type of stuff. But they'll drop an extra we'll put a bounty on the bandit heads. They'll pay you an extra 25 gold per slain bandit.
Then have them go for it.
Okay. So make a combat roll, and I will use that team's stats in it. Which that's good. They're pretty heavy. Oh yeah, that's great.
No, yeah,
that's a full success there. So they rack up 250 gold of bandits and are able to recover a lot of stolen merchant goods for the area.
Sweet.
All right. So, and then the last one, how quickly do they get the merchant to Mariasi? I need one last D20 roll from you guys this week. Nice.
Yeah, T.
Very nice. So that
you could see the look on his face was he wanted to recoup those others.
Redeem himself.
Needed it.
So that is a full success for you guys across the board in that one. The merchant has described your ability, even being on a small team, as invaluable. Your insight was top-notch, and you managed to deal with a threat that he might have had to face later by wisely choosing to send somebody else to deal with it. He is going to cut you 20% off all diamonds that you need to purchase from him in the future. And he does come through here often. He might not be in town when you need him, but when you need to buy from him, there are people in town that you can broker a deal through, and then when he passes through, he'll leave what you need. And he's going to give you a pouch of small diamonds. They're off-colored, cracked. They're not They're not stones necessarily worth selling, but the pouch has enough in them to account for 600 gold pieces worth of diamonds.
So is that something that we could, depending on the spell, like could we use that for spell components?
It depends on the spell, but yes, like Revivify, you only need 300 gold piece worth in diamonds. Raise Dead, you need a 500 gold piece diamond. The spell makes a distinction. And I only know that because Critical Role just went through that this week.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and they read the wording of the spells, and I went, oh, I always thought it was the amount of gold worth. But it's not.
So did I.
It's both. It depends on the spell.
Right. So we should assume that we got whatever reward was promised based on their success?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so that brings us to your guys' event. You guys make it back from the labyrinth, and it is kind of a thing for you. You realize that anytime you go to talk to anybody other than each other about the labyrinth, you either forget until you walk away, or you end up talking about something else unrelated. And it's
it's the first rule of Fight Club.
Yeah.
It's a very weird thing, but after some discussion of it, Thanak and Mav come to the conclusion, and Phil helps with this a little bit too, because there's weird things like this that happen in the Fae often, that you are under some sort of Giaz. And you don't know when you picked it up or how it is affecting you, but you're under some sort of magic compulsion and spell that keeps you from discussing anything about the labyrinth.
Okay. Hey, speaking of that real quick, I didn't what was the bonus that we got to spears?
+1.
+1. It's not magical +1, but it is.
To hit, not damage.
To hit.
Just to hit. Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yep.
Just so you guys know, I am giving the 9 people that went out to do jobs 80% of the 750 that we returned from the 2 jobs to cover all 4 jobs. Because 2 jobs didn't have gold value to us. It was items.
Yeah, that's fine.
So.
Okay. Good deal. It's good to keep people on task and well paid. So, you guys get back to town and you start to pick up some news. Some pretty crazy things have happened in the Empire while you were gone.
News. I thought you said noobs.
No. You picked up 2 of them, too. One of them's a blacksmith and one of them's a leather worker.
Are they, by the way, are they both human?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, all the people you picked up except for Harag were humans.
Okay.
The first thing that you hear is that the Sons of the Sphinx have blockaded the dwarven ancestral city of Euros, and the Red Rocks are sending most of their mercenary forces north to break through that blockade. That map I showed earlier of the Kren Empire, it is the town way north at the end of the river.
Yeah.
So they've moved.
Yeah, it is.
They've moved a bit northeast from where they were, and there's a sizable defense there at this point in time. The Emperor's forces are moving more into the area where they were.
Do we know who, like, what you said is the ancestral home of the dwarves? Yeah,
it's basically where the dwarves first crawled back up out of the ground on this continent after the Shadow Years.
Is that still like a manned city?
Yeah, it's a very heavily populated city by dwarves. It's about 80% dwarves, 10% or 20% humans.
Would it be reasonable to? Nothing with conspiracy theories is reasonable. Would it be a reasonable leap of logic for me to be worried that the Red Rocks are going to take over Euros after that? Or like, are they going to use this to seize control of Euros?
You don't think that would be possible with the way the dwarves govern themselves with the Council of Seven? They wouldn't be able to. They don't have the power or the leverage for that. And I mean, they're definitely gunning for a higher seat on the council, but nobody claims the homeland. It is the dwarf, all dwarves. It's almost a clanless place, other than the ruling councils. So it's very different. In that. But it's definitely right up their alley to be gunning for for their own fame and popularity. They got motive in it, that's for sure. So the Emperor's forces have slid into the area south where the Sons of the Sphinx had been active, and they're looking for where they were camping and other things like that, and they're trying to cut off their retreat from that area. And then, the other guys are missing. They're not going to hear this. I will post it in Discord so they can read it when they get back. Unless Tony's probably listening, but I don't know if Andy is or not. So the Emperor has defeated a challenger in the arena. Melios Hasperata, a noble from the south, challenged the Emperor for the crown. Melios was politically unaffiliated and hoped that a new emperor might be able to reunite the people. The Emperor won, and the Emperor has ordered him buried in the Valley of Crowns in honor of his example and sacrifice. So,
Dude is boss.
Yeah. Melios just wanted to bring peace, and he wanted to do it the Kren way, and the Emperor didn't own him. It was a good fight, but it just... nobody beats the Emperor.
Do we know what kind of skills the Emperor has? Like, is he a fighter? Is he a...
He's a fighter.
He's being.
He is definitely a very powerful, high-level fighter.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody knows if he's got any other skills or talents, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's your week.
I think of
Maximus
from Gladiator. Anytime we talk about
the gladiators,
Emperor, he's something else. So that's your other news. That's the significant things that have been going on. And so you guys are home for a couple of days, and when you arrived, there was a letter that had arrived for both Mav and Thanak. And it was signed and sent from the Order, but it is also designated towards Thanak and has the wax seal of the Weave Guardians in it as well. And so you've been asked to wait to accompany an adventuring party that's headed your way to deal with a significant problem. And you guys are going to have been asked to lend aid. So you wait for a few days, and after a few days, in walks a group of 5 people. Thanak, you immediately recognize Jenica, one of the Weave Guardians that recruited you. Mav, you recognize your gaggle of friends from the Order. Ethan and Jesse, Ezreal and Nepcas. Nepakis? I don't know how to say that guy's name.
Didn't you make it up?
I didn't make it up.
I made it up.
Andy made up these guys. And it's really nice. It goes from Ethan and Jesse Smith, super easy names, and all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know. There's just consonants here.
I'm just calling N.
So, but in this group are an elf and a tiefling. So, Ethan's very human looking. Jesse's a human. They're easy to pick out right away. Ezreal is a ranger. You can tell just by his garb and what he's carrying. But he's an elf. And Nepcas is a tiefling. And he keeps himself pretty well covered, but they're all wearing Order garb. And Mav would know that most of these guys aren't in the Order. Jesse is. He's a paladin that Mav got close to while he was there, but the others are not.
No, they're not.
But you would also know that anybody traveling in Order garb is typically left alone if they're of a different race. People just have enough respect where they just don't get screwed with. So you're guessing that's what's going on here. And the tiefling
would you share that with
really
us?
Uncomfortable.
Like, would you share with us that they're not part of the Order?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would probably be I would initially be confused on why, especially one of them would be enclosed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Why one of them would be in clothes? Not even
Order.
clothes, just
Well, I
clothes
mean, yes,
altogether.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible.
Oh, you're clothed today. Okay.
What did you do in your backstory?
Are we talking about Ethan?
Stripper.
Andy, are we talking about Ethan here?
I think so, yeah.
He definitely, the guy that Andy is referencing, you look at this guy and you're like, yeah, that guy is up to something all the time.
Does he look like a carny?
He doesn't look like a carny. He looks like a high-class, roguish gambler. He looks like a Doc Holliday type guy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep. So these guys walk in, and Jenica sits down alongside of Jesse. The introductions go around. Everybody passes out meet and greets. And Jenica tells you that there was about 3 weeks ago a great magical disturbance in the north. And
In the forest?
in the forest, a magical disturbance in the forest. No, a great magical disturbance in the north. It registered on Weave Guardian Scryer scales as quite high, but then it almost instantly shrunk to minor. So it was something that everybody went, oh crap, something big's going on, like a convergence, and then it became minor. But it's still something that is worth investigating, and they're worried about because of how big the incident was up front.
Yeah.
And so the Order was contacted because that's the easiest way to get travel for non-human races through the Empire. And when they realized they were dealing with magical problems and there was a Weave Guardian nearby and a Bastion, it made sense. The whole thing just kind of made sense to come together. So
And an ambassador.
Yes.
Nobody cares about ambassadors.
And a lieutenant.
So
I'm in danger.
Did you guys have any questions for these guys before they head out? Because they look like they're not about wasting a lot of time.
No, I think any questions that we have, we should just ask on the road.
Okay. So that's what we can do. There are 2 different ways to get to where you're going. If you want to pop open that North Kren map again, it's kind of going to be important today. You are headed... I'll draw an arrow to it.
And we're in Elenos right now?
You are. You are headed to where I just drew that arrow. So it's up near Euros.
Okay.
You could take a boat, or you could ride. The boat would be faster, even though it seems more out of the way, but the terrain in the north is bad. It's not easy to traverse. It is traversable, but it's not easy.
Even through
should-
the...
Totally
We have
take
a
it.
boat.
We should totally take it.
Yeah, we
Do
rented
we
it
have a
out.
boat?
You do not
Just
have a
rented it
boat
out.
that would take everybody. Unfortunately, your success was not high enough to get the 12-passenger boat.
Okay.
Boo.
You have a 6.
I mean,
So
no,
who's walking?
that's fine. We just rented the boat out. That would be really douchey to be like, hey, we need it back.
So you do know
No landlord
that renting a boat would be expensive, though. There's some cost to that.
No. Let's just take the road.
Okay.
Yeah, how? I mean, what's the time difference?
We are looking at... Where did I put that? If you take a boat, it's 3 days up the river. If you ride, it'll be 5. So if you ride, it'll cut into some of next week's downtime.
Yeah, I mean, I think saving money at the moment might be a good call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can take the road most of the way, and then we just have to cut west real quick.
They're
However we're
not
gonna do-
opposed to that. So you guys, there is a little bit of an expense because you guys don't own horses yet, so you'll have to rent some horses. Again, it's one of those things you keep going back to, but it just makes sense with where you're at. You don't quite have the free expenses to stable mounts yet.
Yeah.
So I will charge you guys overall 40 gold for horses because
40
Filbert can't stay in horse form all day.
So should we just take 10 gold from each of us?
I just took it out of the guild.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
All right. No, it's not that there's just not enough, like stables around. It's that no one can stable a bear for us. That's the problem.
That's really where it's at.
Nobody's willing to stable a
Yeah.
bear yet.
I mean, I will stable the bear. Phil and I will take care of this bear issue.
We need
yeah,
more.
but you're talking. Yeah, you're talking. We need like 4 to 6
Actually, I
plus,
need to-
bears
I
ready
need
at
to
any
charge
moment.
you guys 50 gold because Philomena is coming with you as well. Sorry.
That's right. That's right.
Forgot she's going to need a horse as well. So, and she is something else. She is the epitome of the girl who plays dumb girl and is not.
Can I ask a question
Yeah.
related to bears for a second? Are there even bears in the desert? Can we make a new species of sand bear?
There are not bears on this side of the lake. There are
That we
bears
know of.
in the northeast, in the forests to the northeast. But I mean, every once in a while, somebody sees one up in the area where you're going, but it's real rare.
Want to know why?
That would make it even cooler when we're riding bears.
You want to know why they're not seen? Because they don't want to be. They're magic.
They're stealth bears.
Yeah. Seriously. All right.
Giant badgers. So, Phil, make a survival check for me. You can make it an advantage because you have a bard in your group who just seems to be good at everything.
Very nice.
We have 2 bards in the group right now.
That's true. You do. You there are a couple.
Do we have 2 bards?
Yeah. You have the NPCs. So.
Oh, right. Yeah. See, Sandbear.
That's totally a sand bear.
Mav would just let you guys.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
When we
Mav is just gonna
No, you go.
Mav is gonna let everybody know: do not play cards or any gambling with Ethan. Nothing. Not 0.
Okay.
Like, don't.
Ethan is very displeased with your informing of your friends because he knows that he can't. He's like, no, what am I gonna do? He's bored, and you see him shuffling cards the whole trip. Whatever. As you guys travel north, you travel very expediently, and I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, NPCs, the bear and the yeah. Anyways, when I send an NPC with you, think of them as a half character. So I am not going to add Philomena to the combat tracker, even unless I really feel like it's necessary. She will hang out in the back and do her job from the back. If you bring a heavy fighter with you, obviously that's different. If you bring a support character with you, they are going to play a support role. So when you're thinking about what characters you want to bring, when I give you a week to do that, think, do I want support or muscle, that type of thing. It will affect that.
So, like, if we were going to bring a cleric or something, it might not. No, bear is an active party member. No, but if we bring like Philomena or a cleric or somebody, might not necessarily join combat, but they might help with like keeping us up, like
Yes.
healing us after a
Absolutely.
battle or something like that.
And casting buff spells during combat, very similar to how what was her name? Andy's apprentice.
Farah, yeah.
Yeah, Farah
Farah.
operated.
No, Farah.
I didn't pick on her at all unless she got into the mix of things.
Okay.
So
Okay.
otherwise I left her alone. And that's kind of how they'll operate. And they will always go off initiative count 10. No matter who they are, they have 10 for initiative.
Okay. Good idea.
So it's hopefully smack in the middle of whatever mess is going on.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I just realized 3 out of the 4 of us are unconscious.
No, are you?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
From when we fought
I can fix that.
Minotaur.
I beat this
Dude.
giant
Bears.
man.
No, that's not mine. Mine has a giant tank on the top. Remember?
Mike, I had a +1 to my spears from the Minotaur, and then I have a +1 once a combat for surviving the longest.
Yes. Yep.
And there was 1 to hit.
Yes.
Or is that 1 to hit and 1 to damage?
The once a combat is 1 to hit and damage.
Okay.
I love how you got that and you died 3 times. You survived the longest. Technicality.
Yeah.
Technically correct.
You
is the
can
best
thank
time.
Phil for that.
So you guys hit right about here on the map, and you realize that you're starting to hear a lot of noise coming from. Let me readjust the map on my player screen. From up ahead, it sounds like there's a fight going on up ahead.
Let's investigate.
Yeah.
It's a big fight. As you get closer, you start riding towards the noise.
Who do we have with us? We have a ranger with us.
You have a lot of people with you. You have a paladin, a bard, a ranger, a rogue, and a Weave Guardian. So another fighter, Eldritch Knight.
Do we want the rogue and the ranger to run up real quick and just take a look
Yes.
while we are to get some scouting?
It's probably not a bad idea at all. So they ride up ahead, and they're used to doing stuff like this. So they head off. At least I'm guessing Ethan is a rogue because Nefgas is the bard.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Ethan's the rogue.
Yep. So they ride up ahead, and they hide in the bushes, and they come back riding, and they say there's a contingent of Kren soldiers who have gotten into a rather large combat with a whole bunch of other people. They say they don't actually know how to identify it. He says they're definitely not your people, though.
Like they're not Granitebacks, or they're
No, they're not Kren.
They're not
Kren.
They're not humans
Kren,
or dwarves.
Okay.
I assume Othig and I give each other a look and just pretty much make our way towards it.
And
Yes,
Mav's
go
looking like, oh my gosh, that look again? He almost got killed from that look.
Okay, so you guys ride up ahead. Everybody kind of follows behind, and you get to the top, and you realize you're looking at Red Rock soldiers fighting Sons of the Sphinx soldiers.
So I think Othig and I slow down.
It's Jesse the Paladin's riding forth with his sword out, and he sees you stop, and he's like, "So we're not stabbing."
I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. Okay, so Othig and I, we need to have a conversation real quick.
Sure.
I'm not sure there's much to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Well, are we gonna go defend our enemies for the sake of the Kren Empire?
About that.
Do we
They're
go?
going to use it to their advantage.
Do we go and upstage them?
If you say it like that, then Othic's on board.
Yeah, okay. That's my thought. Do we go in there, save all their
There
lives?
is no other way you're going to convince me. I didn't even know that was a possibility, but you did it.
It's like you start talking, and Othig's just shaking his head. Nope. What? Yeah.
That's spoken like a true brother dwarf too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about it. You won me.
All right, let's
Filbert?
go. Let's go.
He's busy.
What are we asking Filbert? Because Filbert really doesn't want to participate.
Well, none of us really want to participate.
I mean, I really want to participate.
This is more of a show for
The people
us.
involved, I'm not really jazzed about, but I mean, I'm always ready for a fight.
Right, but you guys have figured out by this point that Filbert approves of the existence of the Sons of the Sphinx, just not their tactics.
Yeah,
So he's not going to kill them.
that's fine. You don't have to. You can sit back.
Right, but I want to kill Red Rocks.
We all want to kill Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Right, and there's a bunch that we can kill.
See, but here's the thing. I don't necessarily want to kill Red Rocks. I want to put them in their place.
Yeah, that
They
was.
touched my mom.
I know. I'm totally like as far as that specific Red Rock, I will help you bury him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As
and this
far
really
as
goes-
the Red Rocks in general, there are a group of them that need to get.
Have we been noticed?
Freaking Andy.
No, nobody is paying any attention to you.
Then why we don't need to participate in this at all? We have standing orders that were issued recently. We have a
Oh
mission.
my gosh, you're right.
This isn't our business.
True.
We haven't been
I'm sorry.
noticed.
He's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
I'm gonna, for the first time ever, Filbert's gonna pull the bureaucrat card.
Yeah.
Okay,
no.
here's the thing. So, because I said this a long time ago, Othig just kind of goes with things. So, like, if you went, he would go. But there's also value in what's being said that we just don't participate.
Yeah.
All right.
And he'd follow that too.
That does seem to be the decision
So-
then, is to not participate.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put my arm around Phil, and I will say you win this one. Good for you. Like that was,
Filbert
That was
turns
good.
into a bear.
and then I jump on top.
And everybody with you is really weirded out by what just happened. Although they are also very relieved that they don't have to kill people they don't know. Because in their minds, neither of those sides are
Wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just.
They just would have not let you die, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you ride
No,
along.
you were 100% right. We have another job to do.
Yep. You start to turn away, and all of a sudden there are 6 or 7 massive explosions on the battlefield. And you look over at what's going on, and there are just huge explosions of the spell Fireball going off. And the last you knew, the Red Rocks weren't packing a lot of wizards, but it is definitely coming from the Red Rock sides, and they are just ripping into the Sons of the Sphinx. And the Sons of the Sphinx are now in full retreat back to the north, and the Red Rocks start to gather up their forces in the back. Make perception checks for me. Oh, that's not good.
No.
That's pretty darn good. That's not good.
There's the perception roll.
And that's pretty good. So, Filbert, you see it first, and you pointed out to Thanok, there are, in the back of the Red Rock lines, 6 men who are on fire.
6 men?
In a good way or a bad way?
It doesn't seem to be bothering them.
What do you mean in a bad way?
Well, it doesn't seem to be bothering them.
Like with the spell, with the fire shield spell.
No, they
Can I?
look like,
Go ahead.
after you focus in on them, now everybody's looking. Their skin is red. Their hair seems to be actually living flame, and their arms are there's flame running up and down their arms, and
But they're Astrocks.
They're not human.
they do
More dwarf.
not look like human.
Am I close enough to do an Arcana check?
And they don't look like dwarves?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check. No, they're definitely not dwarves. They're far too tall for dwarves.
Make that an advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can make it an advantage for sure. You got plenty of people around to discuss this with. Your closest bet is their Genasi. You've heard of them.
Okay.
They're either Genasi or they're Azers. But Azers are definitely
Okay.
shorter and more dwarf-like. These guys are taller.
So they're slaves.
Have we
Most likely.
seen many Genasi around?
No, they're super rare. But you
So
know
where'd
they're
they
out
get their
there. You know
hands
they
on-
exist.
Yeah. Where'd they get their hands on Genasi from?
6 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Filbert is going to skywrite in Primordial because he's pretty sure that the Genasi will be able to understand it. How could you? And that's it.
Okay. I gotta make a couple of rolls now because that's definitely drawing some attention your way. Maybe
Oh,
not
I'm writing it above
necessarily.
that. I
Oh,
can do that
right,
mine.
but it's gonna come from somewhere, and people are gonna start looking for it.
Yeah, the Sons of the Kren.
Yeah. Okay. Nobody picks out your position. You see a lot of the soldiers, the Red Rock soldiers, the mix of humans and dwarves and everybody else there, pointing at it and looking at it. The Genasi don't even notice. They just kind of stand there. They don't even move much. They don't seem to look up. They don't point.
Do I get the feeling they're being dominated?
That's really hard to estimate. You definitely would get the feeling like they are strictly obeying whatever they're told to do. Dominating that'd be really way too hard for you to figure out.
But they are acting completely subservient.
Completely.
Yeah, I mean that could be due to all kinds of things.
It could. They could have just been treated that way into slavery. It could have been. It could be a magical effect. It could be a lot of things.
I mean, even still, even without this, the whole experience is just. I think we just kind of take this information for what it's worth and continue.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys move on, and over the next day, you make it into the Cryos Woods, which you've heard about this place, but you've never been up this far. These are trees that grow about 200 feet tall and straight up. They don't bend at all. The wood is very stiff for a tree that's this tall. And then they branch out in golden willow tree-like leaves. So it's like a combination of a palm tree that's 200 feet tall and a willow tree that hangs down about 100 feet. And they're very spaced out. And not all of them are 100 feet. Obviously, there's some that are growing and things. So there's trees all over the place, everywhere from 30 feet to 200. But at their maximum height, it's 200 feet. And the way the light filters through the trees, it gives this whole area a very golden glow and look to it. And you are in the Golden Woods. And I need everybody to make perception checks.
Jeez.
Yeah, keeping that perception alive.
Yeah, I know. The least perceptive person in the group is like, I got this.
Okay. And let me make one for the other groups. All right. You guys are riding on through the woods, and every once in a while you notice that Jesse and Jenica pull off to the side, and Jenica has a small device on her that looks kind of like a compass, but it's different. It's in an orb, and it doesn't point north and south. It rotates. It just acts really weird, and it does end up pointing sooner or later, and they direct you to where you're going. And during one of these conversations, the trees next to them, two of them, come alive. And you realize that there are two giant feathered serpents that looked just like these trees. Their wings were folded up to mimic the willow branches, and they were standing on their tails, and they looked just like the trunks. And they attack, and I need you guys to roll initiative.
What?
Could be worse. It could be sloth barbarians.
I know, right?
Sloth barbarians, oh yeah.
It's okay, guys. I hit the war gong.
Hey, Mike, for what it's worth, I would be probably spending a lot of the trip talking with Jenica.
Yeah, I assume so. And we'll get to some of that type of stuff
That's fine.
later.
Yeah.
She's helping you like better hone your skills and all that type of stuff as you guys go. So
Yeah. Just comparing notes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. As this whole thing begins to unfold, you watch as the NPCs, they kind of band together and they take care of. They start fighting this one over here, and so you guys have to worry about this other guy that's come down over here. And I'm gonna roll a d4. That is 2. Roll initiative? Did you guys already rolled initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this same day or next day?
From the battle? Same day. So you've already used a wild shape today?
Well, that's what I need to know how long, because
Oh.
I may still be there.
Oh, no, you wouldn't be a bear anymore. It's definitely well past.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that first one is definitely going to go after, or Serpent 2 is definitely going to go after Mav. Let me create an NPC character. And I will give him initiative count 10. There. Okay. Phil, you're up first.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, I got spells.
So this is just the 4 of us in combat here?
Yep. And the NPCs are
we don't
handling
get-
the other ones. Well,
Fantastic.
Philomena is going to operate in your guys' group, so. But like I said, she's staying out of the way.
Okay. Does the one by Mav look like it's stationary, like it's going to stay there?
Yes, because it looks like it's about to attempt to coil him.
Cool. I'm going to start a bonfire underneath it. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just going to turn into an animal and do a thing.
Okay.
Things. I'm going to turn into a spider.
Sounds good.
So there's some hit points, and then I'm going to do a spider. Wow, 15 misses.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So you go to hit this thing, and you hit it, and you hit it dead on with your bite attack. But the scales on this thing are so unbelievably hard that you just cannot seem to penetrate through its armor.
That was my webs.
Oh, your webs? Oh, well, I don't know how to armor explain webs.
It works. It's slippery.
It slithers right out of them. Mav, you're up.
Well, Mav
I'm backing up.
is going to get into his own square.
Call.
It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Which it will fail.
Oh yeah. And then he's gonna scream like a little girl and run.
Okay. I will make an attack of opportunity on you. And I will grab you before you get away. And you're gonna
I was afraid of that.
You are gonna get coiled up inside of the snake. And you're gonna take 11 points of damage as he crushes you.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, and you also watched as you nailed it with your magical spell, like some of the magic just reflected off of its scales. Now it is going to attempt to bite you. And will not with an 11. So
No, it actually won't.
So it's used its constrict power this turn, so it can't do that. And that's it. Let's see. NPC. Philomena just doesn't even wait for you to say anything. She just heals you. Because you just took a pounding. And you're going to take 9 points of healing. Dana.
Healing. I'm gonna attack him and miss. And that's it. I guess. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Othig.
I'm gonna move kind of in a V so that I can charge the winged serpent.
Okay.
And my movement should end me up right over here.
Unfortunately, you will miss.
Yep.
So are you going to make a butt swing on him?
Nope, can't when you use Charger.
Oh, okay.
Charge is an action, and you get to use your bonus to just make an attack.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's right.
Gotcha.
That's right.
All right, so it looks like the other group is struggling with their serpent as well. Jesse's yelling things about how its scales are as hard as rocks, and Ethan's telling him to shut up. And it's just like you guys, but different.
Yeah.
Phil, you're up.
Huh. So I rolled a 5, so I get my webs back.
Nice.
That one will hit.
That one will hit.
So the creature is restrained. It is not just grappled, it is restrained.
Nice.
It can attempt to get out of the restraining on its turn as an action, busting the webbing on a success.
Okay.
And that will be my action. And Serpent 1 seems to be surrounded by people, but those people are just kind of handling it at the moment.
They are handling it.
Okay.
They're
I'm going to stay where I
struggling
am.
too, but they're handling it. All right, cool. So, Mav, it's your turn. You're in the Sync's coils, but it is now restrained. You do feel like it'd probably be easier for you to escape if you wanted to.
Probably. Can I attempt to get out?
You can.
Is that an action?
It is an action to attempt to get out. Or you can just do something else. And
Well, he is going to attack it with a guiding bolt.
all right, that'll work.
You get advantage because it's restrained.
I would get advantage.
You would.
Well, it doesn't matter.
The 15
Okay.
doesn't hit it, though.
Yeah, so I'm going to use divine precision
Okay.
to make it hit.
You will hit
So-
it then.
And let's see here.
Oh.
That was
Oh,
awful.
That was abysmal.
But I didn't actually hit that on him. So can you do the 6 damage to him?
I sure can.
Good news. You get advantage on your next attack.
Yeah.
All right. It is going to spend its action attempting to break out of the webs. It's freaking out. It drops you, Mav. So you are no longer grappled by it, and it has gone into full panic mode, and it can't get out. It's really upset about it. And so, let's see.
It could also attack them, Mike, just in case you care about that. I don't know if it knows that, but the webbing can be attacked as well with an AC and a hit points.
It's a very not smart monstrosity. So it's just trying to get out. It might now that it's failed, attempt that next time. Let's see. The NPC group continues to wail on it. Thanak, you're up.
Yay! I hate it. For terrible damage. Did that for real did 0 damage?
That should not have been 0. Oh, crud. I'll add it. I dragged.
Oh, I see what it did.
Yeah. No, it's my fault. I dragged the model of a Quetzalcoatl over because it had the token I wanted and a lot of the same type of stuff I wanted, and so I did not remove its uber magic resistance. So I will probably have to manually add your damage if that happens again. But you do pound on it, and it does look like it took full damage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Othig, you're up.
Gonna attack.
We'll hit it. Oh, you'll hit it good. I'll add 12, and then you'll hit it again.
Why are you hitting with advantage?
It's restrained.
Restrained.
Oh, right.
You did too.
Bill did a thing.
Yeah, but I did because he was...
Oh, guiding bolted, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I thought was going on.
The creature is now not looking real good at all. And Phil, you're up.
Nope, doesn't get it back. But 1 isn't looking like it's taking any.
Oh, one is heavily wounded as well. I'm just not tracking its damage.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So Phil's just going to skitter up as a spider, and he's going to bite it.
Mhm.
I'm going to get it.
And you are going to get it.
It takes that much piercing damage. Is it immune to poison?
It will be immune to poison. So you do poison it as well, but it does not seem to take any effect at all. However...
Is it immune to the poison condition?
It is. It doesn't matter, though, Filbert. 11 damage is enough for you to get your pincers in under some of the scales that have been damaged and kind of just rip its jugular out.
Nice.
Squee!
And then shortly
Nice.
after that, almost as if they were trying to race you to the finish, but you won, the other snake goes down, and Jesse looks over and is disappointed that you're already kind of standing around. And then he yells, "It's a spider! Kill it!" And doesn't, because he knows.
I'll climb a tree.
So you guys have these big, two huge golden winged snakes at your feet.
Should we try to
Harvest them.
harvest some of these scales?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Filbert would
How
appreciate
big are
that.
the scales?
They're huge, and just you Thanak is immediately, and Othig, you're both thinking about you could make some really sweet scale mail armor with this.
Yeah.
Are
let's
they
do that.
caravan sandworm huge?
No, they're not.
Guys,
Sorry.
guys, if you make medium armor out of this, Filbert can wear it. He can't wear actual scale mail, but if you guys make scale mail out of this, Phil can wear it.
That's true.
True
Is there
story.
enough? How much can we? pull
I
off?
will need a survival check from you guys.
I'm a spider.
You cannot be a spider.
Yeah.
Mav is going to take a rest. I'm assuming
Come on,
a
Spider.
short rest will ensue an hour to recuperate some of these.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to need some ropes and a couple horses, depending on how many scales we're going to pull off here.
Oh, you won't. It
Basically,
won't be
drag
that
around
big
with
of a
us
deal.
all over Ilion.
It's just looting. So 12. Phil, you manage to pull off enough scales between the two big ones that you realize that it's only the big ones that are as hard as they are. The smaller ones are still really flexible, but there's enough big ones where you could have a suit of scale mail crafted for you out of this. And you feel
I'm
like
so excited.
it would be, they're light. As you're pulling them off, they're super light. You feel like you might, if whoever makes this for you does a good job, you might be able to avoid the stealth penalty on them.
That's really exciting.
Let's make that happen.
Yep. So,
Yeah, let's definitely make that happen.
Quick side question on that. With some of the reagents and stuff I have in their crafting and things, am I able to utilize some of the reagents I have in giving items abilities as well instead of just potions?
sometimes it'll depend on what the reagent is and what else is going on in there, because Thanak does have some enchanting capabilities. So
Okay, because those magic snail shells you mentioned have damage reduction and a couple of other things. I didn't know if maybe using those in other crafting would allow some sort of like make it +1 armor or make it spell resistant armor, things like
it's possible for that type of stuff, but
that. Okay.
we can talk some more about that because that ain't happening today.
No.
No, I knew I'd forget the question and I wanted to make sure it was out there on
Yeah, no,
recording.
that's cool. I appreciate it.
Did you say we pulled enough off for one
One
suit of armor?
Yep,
Okay.
one suit. However, let me make a roll for her. Philomena, yeah, definitely. She remembers something about these creatures. She's like, I'm really sorry, I forgot these lived out here. I should have told you. And she kind of kicks her hair back and forth a little bit. And she's like, hey, Filbert, see those weird ridges on their brows? And you look at the serpents and they have like this weird, like thick ridge over their brows. There's a reagent in there. You can harvest that. And she says, if I remember right, you can brew it. It's got some transformative properties. You could, if you brew it right, you could be able to make a potion that turns you into a snake.
Ooh.
Nice.
That's a good roll.
That is
23.
Yeah, you'll get 4 winged serpent brow ridges that have the transform into snake property. So you'll need 2 of those to make a potion. So you could just put 2 if you want, and then it's a 1-for-1 ratio.
Nice.
Anything else you guys want to do here? Take a short rest?
Do we need to?
Well,
Anyone?
Yes.
Mav said he was going to.
If we were if we spend an hour here, I was going to take a short rest just to recoup my divine precision, but we don't have to.
Animal forms, please.
Okay, yeah, let's take it then.
Well, here's then we'd probably. Well, how long did it take to get the
scales?
reagents? Yeah.
Well, Phil was the one doing it, so it
Yeah.
probably took him
Yeah.
about an hour to do that. So it's about.
I'm not very strong. I think I would have just been telling them how.
It's more of cutting
Yeah, but
them
either
off.
way, you're still active in it.
Yeah.
I know. Short rests are done.
Yeah.
So if we want a short rest, it would just be another extra hour.
Yeah, and that's you don't see any reason why that's a problem. You haven't, other than these creatures, you haven't seen a whole lot of wildlife in the area, and maybe it's because of these two suckers in the area that you haven't seen a whole lot of other wildlife. But
Okay.
all right, so you guys take a short rest, and then you head on with Jenica leading the way through the woods, and you begin to see through the woods, because they're spaced out pretty well, a clearing up ahead. And the area has become rockier and ridgier as you go. And you get to this clearing and you come out into this open area, and it is a very open area. In fact, it looks like somebody came through and completely cleared it. It's not fully leveled, and there's scattered boulders and ridges about, but there are no trees, no grass, and just dirt and rocks. Standing at the edge from where you are and looking out over this area, it's in the shape of an almost perfect circle. Or it would be, but on the far side of it, there's a cliff edge that drops away. So you don't know what's below on the other side of the cliff, but at least above, you're on a good 2/3 of a circle, only ending because of that cliff there. And there's just dirt and rocks. And Jenica says, we're almost there. It's below us.
As in, we need to dig, or we need to climb.
She doesn't know.
I just start molding earth.
Filbert, as you go to mess with this earth, it is remarkably loose. Almost like somebody dumped a wheelbarrow full of fill on the ground here.
That's a lot of me.
Oh, no, like dirt fill, like out of the back of a dump truck when they dig a house.
Okay. I don't understand this reference.
I knew right away that would be misunderstood.
Yep. No, that stuff, it's still solid. You could stand on it, but when you go to work in it, you could dig through it really easily. It's really loose.
So it moves pretty easily as I mold earth it then.
You do. It does.
Does this qualify as difficult terrain then? Because I feel like we would sink in it a little bit.
You would leave deeper footprints than normal in it, but you don't sink into it.
Okay.
If it had rained recently, this would be some spectacularly dangerous mud.
That's not foreboding. I'm going to use Druidcraft and find out what the weather's like for the next 24 hours.
Well, it's the Kren Empire. It is spring, and so there are rainstorms that do move through the area, but usually more south of here. The weather's going to be fine.
Good. The little thing, the little orb shows a sunny sky. It's like an emoji on your phone.
Nice. Anything else you guys want to do as you're looking out over this clearing?
I don't think so.
I mean, I kind of just want to take a look around and see if there's anything watching us specifically.
Sure. Make a perception check.
We don't get advantage on that because of the bard, right?
No, this is not something the bard could give you advantage. Filbert, you don't see anybody watching you, but you do see something shiny. You catch a glint of it out from behind one of the boulders out in towards the middle of the field.
I send Albert?
Okay.
Question mark?
Albert flaps over there and comes back to you and communicates to you that there is a giant metal bowl leaning on its side over behind that rock.
Oh, there's a shield on that rock. Go get it.
A bowl?
Owlbert sounds confused. And then Phil communicates confused Owlbert to you. So everyone is confused.
So
Pretty sure there's a shiny shield over there.
You want me to lead the way into the...
Sure. I'm digging a hole.
So are you heading out there towards Towards the metal?
Sure.
All right. You walk out across the field, no problems at all. The ground is a little soft. You're leaving deeper footprints. As you get closer to this rock, you see a lot of other footprints and some odd tracks as well. Some trailing. It looks like trails, like maybe somebody was dragging something around here. It moves. It's whatever it is. It moves really weird, and it's solid, not like footprints. You're having a hard time figuring out what it
Does
is.
it look like it would be from the snakes that we just fought?
It does look like it could be a snake trail. That's for sure. You putting that together, you're like, yeah, this might be a snake trail. If I was better at nature, I might be able to figure this out. So
Yep.
you put it out of your mind, and you go and you look at this object, and it is a good-sized metal bowl at about a 45-degree angle with a rod of some kind protruding out of the middle up towards... Well, if the bowl was flat, it would be straight up towards the sky. And it's also attached to a pedestal of some kind that goes down into the ground.
So, like, this is the part that's unearthed?
Yeah, there's this really strange-looking metal bowl. And it's weird. It's meshed, and it's got these odd lines in it radiating out from the center. You've never seen anything before like this at all. It's a really strange piece of work.
I'm going to try to get someone over here to help me maybe dig around this thing and look at the tracks before we start digging.
Ooh, I'm going to turn into a badger and go do that. Well, first I'm going to look at the tracks, and then I'll badger.
Yes, please.
As you look at the tracks, they're definitely humanoid, with most of them wearing shoes, some of them not. They milled about this area. Filbert, make a survival for me.
Does that one get advantage?
Yeah, you can have advantage on that. There's a lot of people in the area looking around now.
Ooh, that's good. 24.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of humanoids and large snakes, and they don't seem like they got in a fight.
Are these the same kind of tracks we would have seen fighting the giant constrictor snakes that
they're not that
ate our
big.
ore?
They're
Do these
not
look
nearly
like
that big.
these look like Yuan-Ti tracks?
Well, they're footprints and snakes, and you have not seen a Yuan-Ti with a snake body yet, so no. It would be hard to put that together.
Didn't the one that we fought have one?
Nope. They were all humanoid. He had a snake head.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
So just recently having dealt with snakes, thinking about the Yuan-Ti isn't too far off of a guess for you guys, and you begin to talk about that. And as you're talking about it, make perception checks, just as you guys are all milling about.
Ooh,
What's
17.
with this?
Mav,
Hey-oh.
you wander over near the cliff a little bit, not too far from the group, but there is this huge side of this massive metal disc sticking out from the side of the cliff. Its surface is really oddly paneled and sectioned, and it's covered with... You're looking at it, and it can only be... You have found some sort of gnomish compound. There's all sorts of pipes and gadgets and stuff all over the cover of this thing. Everybody else, a couple of you other notice this. Thanak, you're looking at the tracks, trying to put things together, and not too far off from where the disc is, you're following the tracks. It seems like they milled around a whole bunch around with a metal trap door that has a square pad next to it that has several buttons on it with symbols you don't recognize.
They're gnomish buttons?
Well, you've seen some gnomish contraptions in your day, and this.
I speak gnomish. Would that help?
Oh yeah, it would. This isn't gnomish language, but
Okay.
it's a construction that kind of jives with what they build all the time when they start getting into their machinery and their weird things. It's not too far off of that. And looking back at the bowl and thinking about the other stuff you're seeing, you're like, yeah, this is some sort of like base that it's also a contraption.
Could I roll a tinkering check to kind of like suss out what? Not a tinkering check to do anything, but like a tinkering check to like as like an intelligence sort of thing to be like, okay, this might be what this is for.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Make a tinkering check.
Phil would have also, as soon as he saw the snake tracks, started casting locate animals and plants for snakes.
There are quite a few snakes in the area. You do you get 5 miles on this, right? There are several other large snakes like the ones you guys just fought, but they're a good, decent ways away. And then the rest of you get are normal sized snakes.
Okay.
All right. Vanek, that's a really good tinkering check. You feel like this is some sort of button combination lock. Like if you knew what these symbols meant and you knew the combination, you might be able to figure it out.
Okay. Is it like it's a hatch that like goes underground?
It looks that way. It's got a round circle that looks like a handle you would turn on top of it. Kind of looks like a submarine door.
Okay. Could I do
an investigation? Submarine door?
Yeah, is it? Can I do an investigation check to see if I find any?
We found the sand cruiser.
You can, and you can have advantage in that the others are over there interested now too. Ethan's very interested in this strange lock, and so are the bards.
Nice, 25.
Yeah, you guys all get together, and here's what it comes down to. You're looking at the pad, and Philomena casts comprehend languages, and she says those are numbers, and so you realize you're looking at a number pad, and Ethan begins to play with it, and he's pushing them to figure out which ones have been pushed the most. And then he starts to push the same 3 or 4 over and over again. And sooner or later, you hear a snap hiss. And a bunch of air escapes this place, and it doesn't smell good. It smells really old and musty. Stop licking the beach wheelchairs. It's like a moon vehicle.
It's what you get when you type sand cruiser.
So he slowly pops open the hatch and looks down, and there is a ladder going down into darkness. From way below, there is a very dull, bright light. Or red light, sorry, not bright light, very dull, bright light. A very dull red light from about 30 feet down.
So it's enough light for us to be able to see the bottom.
It will qualify as dim
with our
light.
dark vision.
You can see the bottom, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll
sort
hop
of.
down first.
It does look like the hatch continues downward. It looks like there is a floor 30 feet down, and then it goes down further. And you guys can see 60 feet or 50 feet? 60.
60.
60.
And just
but I would suggest that we ask Ezreal what he sees.
Yeah.
Being that he would have 120 feet.
He would. He looks down into it, and he says it's definitely some sort of base. There's the first floor. I can't see much past that. And the bottom looks very similar. The flooring is metal, and the walls are strange.
Well, I'll go first.
All right. Hold on just a sec. Jason just showed up to get his ID card. Thanks, man.
Hi, Jason.
Everybody says hi. I don't bother editing the track, so you're there.
Hey, dude.
Miss you guys.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you.
So you Thanik, you head down and you scramble down the ladder, and the others begin to follow. And Jenica says it is definitely
Jeez.
the source of the arcane problem is down.
Does I don't remember. Does comprehend language identify what language it is,
No.
or does it just let you read it? Okay.
No.
It just lets you
You
understand
just understand it.
Okay.
Yep. So you get down to the first floor, and the other group, Jenica's compass is now going berserk. Like it doesn't want to point in any direction anymore, and so her and
Would I know what this compass is?
yeah, it's It basically, you would attune it to a magical location you want to find, and it compasses its way there.
Okay. So it being all haywire would assume that we're inside the problem, and it can't.
That's a good guess, and she would tell you that there's likely a source to that problem, and we need to find it and stop it.
Okay.
So everything is going a mess, and so you get down this ladder. The other group, kind of, you guys talk a little bit. They go down to the floor below, or do you guys want to go to the lower floor?
I don't know. Let's draw straws, I guess.
All right, so we make a d20 roll. Odd, you stay on this floor. Evens, you go down. All right, so you guys stay on this floor, and the other group heads down further. Jenica passes you a sending stone.
Okay.
To communicate with her if you need to.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so
sorry, are we splitting up?
From the NPCs. You guys aren't. The NPCs are going to a different floor.
Philomena's staying with us.
Yes,
but
Philomena is staying with you guys, though.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, sorry, I missed why we were splitting.
Yes, because you guys are laughing way too
Yes.
hard about the sand
Yes.
cruiser.
The sand cruiser.
There's 2 floors. So
Right.
the NPCs are going to the bottom floor. We're staying on the top floor
Yep.
to investigate.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Got it.
So the floor here is made of a cross-hatching of metalwork, and it's really kind of ingenious in concept. It's really sturdy. The walls and the passages are all slightly rounded, covered in panels that make made out of some sort of material you don't recognize. They're an off-white, almost tan from age. It's definitely got a film of age on it, and it seems like, I don't know, it's weird. They're hard like wood, but they're clearly not organic in nature. And behind those panels are walls that are made from the same metal meshing, and behind those walls are pipes and oddly colored lines, and looks like strings of stuff that almost looks like yarn, but they're smooth. And it creates a tangled mess of workmanship that reminds you of an organized plate of pasta. There are strange lights illuminating this area made of some sort of glass or crystal, and they're all fixed to the ceiling, and that's what's giving off the dim red light down here. Those two are unlike anything you've ever seen.
Is there... And this is gnomish work?
As near as you can figure.
Okay. I'm gonna... The Tantive 4.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to come out like that. There, it's the underground structure.
Underground structure. Okay, well, I am going to cast Detect Magic. It's a ritual.
Okay.
So unless somebody tells me to not do that, I'm going to take 10 minutes to do that.
All right, so you
While
cast...
he's doing that, I'm going to see if any of the snakes are coming closer by detecting animals.
They are not. They seem very stationary. So you cast Detect Magic, and the area is filled with magic. None of it is... It's weird to say none of it is solid, because magic isn't solid.
Right.
But it doesn't seem cohesive. It doesn't seem like the weave is together here, because you're watching lines of necrotic magic turn into divine magic, which turns into conjuration and abjuration. It just doesn't make any sense what it's doing. But the entire place is kind of, in one sense, covered by it, and in another sense, filled with it.
Okay.
Go home, weave, you drunk.
Yeah.
So, which way would you guys like to go? Looks like there's little hallways to the north and south of you, headed
where
both
are
east
we?
and west. Oh, you're right in that little alcove.
Okay. Okay, so we could... Okay,
Yeah,
I get
that
it.
little alcove is where the ladder is.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we can go that way.
that's... Yeah.
So as you pass it, you can see a little bit down that way. It looks like it opens up into a little bit bigger space
Yeah. Okay.
that way. And
And I will, I will do my best to keep an eye out for traps.
okay.
My perception is terrible, but
Mine is good. I can watch for them. I just don't know what to do with them or necessarily what they look like.
could we coordinate that? Because like I can use my tinkering to look for traps.
Yeah, Phil can spot and you can deal with if he finds them.
Okay. All right. Cool.
That's fine.
So I'll kind of give him some like pointers of what to look out for.
Sure. You guys head into this hallway here, and right here, this is a window. This is very obviously a window. But on the outside of it, it's just dirt.
Okay.
It's really weird. It's kind of cool to see the dirt layered. It's a view of dirt you don't normally get, but it's strange. To say the least, it's strange. And then you guys get down to this corner. You see this head up here, and there are large metal doors covering those two entrances. I was telling Ryan earlier, I forgot to put doors in my map today. So I didn't notice it till I loaded it up, and I was like, oh, okay. So those niches are both large metal doors.
Okay. All right.
With a similar looking button pad next to them that are glowing. And Philomena, she says, well, these are different. These say open and close and locked and unlocked. She's looking at back and forth at them. She's like, they're both open. The unlocked is lit. I think we can just push these open.
All right, let's try.
So you go to push the door open and it doesn't move.
Can I try to having looked through that window to see that there was dirt on the other side of it?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's not opening because it's stuck. So can I try to force the door open?
Yeah, you can get in there and try and force the door open. Make a strength check.
Strength check.
You want a crowbar?
What? Strength check?
I have a crowbar.
Use the crowbar. You might get advantage on that roll.
You do.
Do any of the buttons on the keypad look like an enter key, or are they separate from the rest of them?
One of them definitely, talking with Philomena, one of them definitely looks like it would be, if you pressed it, it would be open. It would open the door. It says
I'll push
open.
the button as he does that.
Thanic's in there with that crowbar, and he's just leaning on it, and he's giving her all he's got, and nothing is happening.
I'm sorry. I swear that was what because she said if you push it, it'll open.
I said it looks like we could just push the door open.
Yeah.
And so you said, yeah, I'll push the door open. And so Thanic went to push the door like you guys would do.
Fair enough.
So
Filbert's going to push the button.
You push the button. And Filbert, you like this. This is kind of jazzy. It opens up into a little room here, and there's a window on the next door, but it's all fogged over. And there's another panel there, but this one has a code on it, and it says locked.
And then there's a door behind me?
Yes, there is a door behind you.
I'm going to push that button too, because I'm really starting to like buttons.
It opens up into a bedroom with furniture unlike any you've ever seen.
Is this familiar to Andy and I?
No. Well, nope, it's not actually. I mean, maybe in the sense that it's future-y, but...
Right, are there people in here we're going to need to let die?
What?
I don't think I can handle that twice in my life.
That's a sink, right?
Yes, that is a sink.
Do we have running water?
Some places have running water, yeah.
So would we be familiar with the concept of a sink like this?
Yep, you would be.
Okay. What is that thing on the northeast corner?
It looks like a chest.
Open it. Do it. Open
Is
it.
that like? Does it look like it's a Foot Locker?
Yep.
I'm going to.
Guy with a ref painted on the side of it.
I would like to just investigate it and see what it says, what it is. Like, is
Yes.
there any? Oh my gosh! I can use advantage on it.
Yep, you can.
Oh my gosh!
You start looking at it, and there's some words on it, and the chest says Captain Antilles on it. Philomena points it out too. She's like, I can still read that for about another half an hour.
Captain Antilles.
Mm-hmm.
Do I? Are you serious? Okay. All right.
You okay? You be all right?
Adam just figured out what I'm doing.
Yes, I absolutely figured out what you're doing. Okay, well, I'll try to open it.
You open it up, and there's a bunch of documents and papers in it, things like that. A small card falls out. You guys would recognize it as a plastic card. Your characters have no idea what this sucker is made out of. It's Lego. Legos from Zinji for all you know.
Yeah. So I'll anything that I can't read, I'll just hand it to Philomena.
It's multiple logs of a ship's travel and taking out of passengers and picking up and messengers and things like that. Bunch of names you don't recognize, and
But do
so
Adam recognize?
you might.
Okay.
Yeah. Philomena's very confused. She sits back and she says, "This reads like it's a ship. Like we're on some sort of boat."
Yeah. Well, I mean, you said captain.
Yeah. Well, captains are military too. This could be a base. Phil, what are you trying to insight, buddy?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't going to interrupt. I want to just make sure Philomena's on the up and up, because you said she's real janky, and I don't trust dames.
No,
so...
she's not janky. She's flirty. She doesn't...
Yep.
You would have gotten the
Phil doesn't
impression
trust that.
from her that she's not a criminal-style bard. She is a getting into trouble-style bard.
Yep. Phil's worried about that, because so far, one of his party members has fallen for all of the females that we've come across.
No, not all of them.
No, like independently, each of his partner friends, because of the bunnies, Othig had a female incident, and then you had an incident, and that just really leaves him and Mav, and the numbers aren't in his favor.
It didn't have an incident, by the way.
Filbert begs to differ.
There's 2 consenting adults is not an incident.
What do you guys want to do?
Let's explore some other areas. Is there I'm just gonna do, I guess, can I do like an investigation check just for the rest of the room?
Yeah, sure. If
See
you
if
want.
there's anything that's...
Phil's pushing buttons. He really likes buttons.
Jesus.
Phil, make a D20 roll for me. That if you don't find anything else real interesting in this room.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's solid. It said 16 when it stopped, but it says 8 on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know why either. Mine also said 16. I don't enjoy that.
Oh yeah, mine said 8.
Okay.
It's funny.
Filbert, you and Philomena wander out of the room and you're talking about how you don't trust her a whole lot because she gets people into trouble and things like that. And she says, I do get people into trouble. And she's looking at that plastic card that she found and she holds it up to the locked thing and the door pings.
Oh, crap.
And it switches from
Does it
locked
open?
to open. Do you push the button?
I immediately push the button. Yep.
Okay. Filbert, when you
completely not picking up on the fact that she's trying to get him in trouble, he's oblivious to it completely.
Yep.
He wants to push the button.
So you guys in the other room, you hear a warning siren start going off. It's and a wooga horn, and it's and Phil, you see a room unlike anything you've ever seen. All of these panels are lightly glowing. There's numbers and maps and shapes all over all of them. There's more information going on in this room than you know even a little bit what to do with.
Right, but are there buttons?
There are a lot
That's
of buttons.
all there are.
And there is a big
Well-
flashing red button right in the middle of that center console there.
I'm going to need more arms, and I'm going to turn into a spider and use all 8 of my arms to just start pushing buttons.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, we are under attack.
Yep.
Yes.
You three look up, and the
Some
Bard
zombie
and Filbert
sailors.
are both missing.
So I'm gonna look down the hall.
You see
look
a giant spider, and you see Philomena looking around, kind of nervously, actually. Like, oh no, I did something really bad.
This is the worst thing she's done.
No, but
So Adam is terrified that he's gonna launch some proton torpedoes. What about Fennec?
or a nuke.
Filbert, you do manage to turn off the warning klaxon, but you also make everything absolutely dark. The emergency lighting goes off as well.
So Filbert isn't intelligent, but he is perceptive and insightful. Am I able to determine that pushing buttons does things and correspond that to control?
I mean, you're not like a moron.
No, that's why I said I'm not intelligent. I'm not educated.
Absolutely.
But I can watch a button do a thing. Am I able to like gain some control here?
I would say no, but you do know how to turn the horn on and off, and you think maybe the lights?
Sweet.
When the lights go off and the horn is there is just an eerie silence in this place that is broken by... It's hard to say. You know, Phil's a spider and you've heard him moving around. It sounds like Phil, but you know Phil's not moving at the moment.
Okay.
Ooh, that means more spiders.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to tell Philomena to, while her comprehend language is up, to try to make a to try to see what the markings do and what these buttons are associated with, for as much as she can, and just focus on that for the moment.
Okay. She casts light to do that, and as she does, you guys see 3 small spider-like creatures scurrying across the floor, 2 towards your group and 1 towards Filbert. It's actually headed straight for Philomena, and I need you guys to roll initiative. And I need you guys to roll really well.
Dude! I meant to do that the longest time.
You're welcome. I had it ready because I knew he was going to say initiative, so I found my gong button.
Your war gong wasn't quite on point.
No, not this time. Well, we were stuck in the dark, so, you know.
So let me get you guys on the map. Mav, Thanek, Filbert is over here. There's a giant spider running the controls of this. I just find that all really, really humorous at the moment.
And it's excited.
And I am definitely going to put Philomena on for this one because she has a problem.
She has a problem?
She has a problem coming her way.
Yeah.
I thought maybe she had like the itchies or something.
Oh, nope. So, you guys see these strange spider-like creatures with a long tail flapping around.
Are you serious? Why?
And let's see, which one?
You must have had so much fun creating this.
You have no idea. Oh, Philomena's the first one. Hatchling 3 is going to make an attack roll at her as this thing comes running up to her and leaps at her face. Yep. She does manage to barely dodge out of the way of it, though. So it lands and it turns and it looks like it is about to make a second leap. Phil, you're up.
Ah! I'm a spider. But get webbed. I missed. Oh crap. Well, I'm already a spider, so I'm just gonna. Do I?
Yep.
Is there a button that says no more scorpionoid things? Is there a button for that?
No, well, you can't read it anyways. So
Can I use my movement to hit a bunch of buttons and then run over and bite this thing?
you can use a bonus action to push a couple more random buttons. Can you bite the same round you web?
I don't know.
I'm guessing not. Web's going to be
it's
an
part
action.
of my actions.
Yep.
So I'll just use my bonus actions to push buttons.
All right. I only make a couple random rolls.
I feel like biting these things probably is not a good idea.
Don't tell me what. I'm putting it in my mouth.
There are several clanging noises from somewhere else inside the ship, and then you hear a sound, and you're like, what the heck was that? And there is the sound of collapsing rubble from somewhere off to the west.
Phil is going to remember which button he pressed for that.
Thanak, you're up. Do it, Thanak.
Okay, great.
Do it. Don't
All right,
metagame.
Well, I'm not.
Close your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting it.
You're getting it. Roll some damage.
Uh,
All right, you smash this thing. Please make a dexterity saving throw for me. Oh, that's great. As you smash this thing, you jump out of the way. Mav, you need to make one too. That's good enough for you because you are a secondary splash. And this thing bursts into like a puddle of acid that is so corrosive it immediately starts eating a hole through the floor.
Oh, that's no bueno.
yeah.
And you have killed that one. Othig, you watch this thing just explode into acid. What do you want to do? Thanak did smash it with his giant flail, so...
Is my flail injured?
No, I was... Your flail is currently not injured, but...
Okay.
Had you not made your dexterity saving throw, it might have been...
That would have been a problem.
A
Well, it's a good thing we all carry 15 weapons.
Oh, Phil for sure when he pressed the button made sure to make sure the alarm went back on.
Can I with my movement, can I move here?
Yes, you will take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, yep, that's fine.
Actually, you moved?
I did, yes.
I totally thought you were done.
No, I was done, but didn't move. I didn't use my movement.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway.
The thing
that's my attack.
It tries to use its tail to wrap around your leg, but you sidestep it.
Okay. So I moved right next to Morelli. Or, I mean,
Philomena.
Morelli. Oh! Sorry. Not supposed to call somebody by the wrong name.
It's going to be a Farah all over again.
All right. Othig, you come down with your dual glaive and you miss with your first attack. Do you want to try and catch it with the backside?
I already tried and missed.
Oh, you missed with both?
Yes, sir.
That's really kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Mav is just going to tap him on the shoulder and be like, Tag, you're in.
It's all you, buddy. You're in.
Mav, you're moving away?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it already used its reaction. It does not get another one.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, you blast that sucker. It goes down. It explodes into acid. Thanak, or Othig, make a dexterity saving throw to try and avoid the splash.
I knew that was coming. Save, you said?
Yep. Oh!
Oh!
Othig cartwheels out of the off to the side, spinning his glaive around above his head. All right, so then it is Philomena's turn. She is in combat, so I am going to use her one. Why did I do it? That is such a stupid way to do this. I took the time to make all these people as NPCs, and then I didn't even bother to add the NPC. Derp. I just got so wrapped up in the other group, so she is going to... Actions. she's going to freak out and cast Shatter.
She's not in the you removed her token.
Oh, yeah.
For what it's worth.
Actually, she's not. She's not that stupid. She's going to viciously mock this thing.
Good.
Get it.
Yes.
It's going to fail its saving throw. And it is going to take maximum damage, which is just enough to kill this thing. So this thing took no physical damage. It only took psychic damage, so it does not explode, and it curls up onto the floor.
Perfect. That's perfect.
It rolls over on its back, and it puts its little legs up, and it's got this really weird protrusion right in the middle of it. It's kind of like a third tentacle that reaches out. It's gross. It looks like a lamprey sucker.
Yeah.
It's not where those go. Phil is looking for any button that might say up or down
Except you
or
can't
forward.
read, so.
No, I'm a spider, but I'm going to continue pressing buttons.
Is anybody going to stop him?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so Thanik and Othin come running in and stop you, Filbert.
I mean, I'm standing right next to you, so.
I got my webs back.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I would.
The ship.
I would. Like I said, I would like Philomena to try to read some of these things.
Okay, she gets Filbert out of the way, and there are words here that don't make any sense to her. Even though she can read them, she starts saying things like lasers, engines, hyperdrive. She's like, I don't know what any of this means.
Would we know what an engine is? Would I know what an engine is?
Probably not.
With
Neither does Phil.
with my knowledge of
You can make a tinkering check.
Yeah, of gnomish tinkering.
Yeah,
I mean, I imagine.
Make a tinkering check, and we'll use it as a reference to knowledge.
Okay.
Oh gosh, look at that, nat 20. Very nice. So you do start to put some stuff together. You're like, the gnomes have been talking about some theoretical mechanics of all sorts of things. Like, you start spouting out like lasers are really just focused light, and an engine is something that propels a vehicle like a boat through the water, and everybody's now looking at you like they have no idea what you're talking about.
I've turned into Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. And so some of this begins to make sense to you.
Okay. This is Adam speaking. Does this make sense to you guys?
Yes, I know exactly what it is.
I have no idea.
Phil, okay, all right. Well, since Phil probably has no idea, Tony doesn't get to know.
That's fair. I'm just making a nest on the ceiling, so we're good.
Is there like on the walls or anything? Is there any like I know that they have these things, but I don't know if there actually is one. I don't necessarily know. Like Thanik probably wouldn't be looking for this necessarily, but is there like a picture on the wall or like the what is it called? Like the blueprints of the ship?
A schematic?
Yes, thank you.
There is no schematic on the walls.
Okay.
There'd probably be one on a screen somewhere showing how much hull damage it's taken.
I knew you were going to
there
say.
might be. You're probably right.
You're going to say there's probably a button that pulls it up, but you won't let me push them.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been on. I mean, I don't know if like these, not this ship, but like the ships that I've been on. I don't know if they would have them, but like they would sometimes they have.
Yeah. No, and
Like
Tony made a good point.
Go ahead.
There would be a damage display on the ship. And so you find this thing, and I'm just going to, just for funsies, reveal my map because I want to get there and I want to reveal it because it's fun.
Yeah.
You find this thing, and none of you really know what you're looking at. You're like, what the heck is this? And it shows a bunch of different rooms and similar floors, and this is what you're looking at here.
I would just like to say that little green screen right there totally looks like it might actually be the shape of a ship.
It didn't delete my mask. I don't know why.
Oh gosh, I hope someone from the other team didn't get lasered.
No, the lasers are outside the ship. We're
Yeah,
good.
the lasers on
Yep.
the outside.
And so you
Tony
Jesus
killed
Christ.
my
you see this
entire
layout
backup strategy.
of this ship that you're all expecting to look like a boat once you figured out as a ship. But what you have is this strange thing that looks like a hammerhead shark with a giant block on its backside.
Yeah.
Filbert knows there's another control panel with buttons, and he's heading in that direction.
Would a high wisdom character be as impulsive as he is?
I lived with tricksters for 50 years.
Yeah. It's a different kind of wisdom. Tony, you can't get to that area of the ship.
What if I take that card from Philomena?
There is a large organic obstruction over this area right here.
That's inappropriate. Oh, it got bigger.
Oh, I just needed to block the hallway.
Because you knew.
Of course I knew. It is black. It is like, I don't know, some kind of secreted resin.
Like webbing?
Yeah. But secreted from what is the...
Does it look flammable?
Question. No, it looks ceramic. It would look similar to like the really crusty parts of honey that would be in a beehive, except this is black. And also, Filbert, I need to readjust this view here for everybody. As you get past this hallway, you see an open hatch down at the end of it, and there is it looks like a jointed tunnel leading into what might be another area that is not on the schematic, and there is a spinning red light in that area.
Okay.
I'm leaving a trail of webbing so my friends can find me.
What do you guys want to do?
There's just like a single silken strand coming out my butt.
I don't know how much more information we would be able to actually glean from...
I think you're probably at the end of it.
Yeah, so I think I will follow Phil.
Okay.
I need to turn this thing
Being
on.
concerned with his button pressing habits.
Agree.
To the north of that junction, it looks like there's another door similar to the one that's open to the south, but that one is closed. Actually, it's
Like
not
right here?
closed. It's busted open, and there's dirt pouring in it. I forgot Phil shot the lasers.
Sure did. Lasers went off.
Also, that second area, right past where you guys went, right past Phil, between you two, that is another ladder up and down. That has dirt actually pouring down it at the moment.
Our friends.
Yeah.
I will use the sending stone to talk to Jenica.
Okay, you go to pull out the sending stone, and before you can say anything, you get a message from Jenica telling you not to let the spiders get on your face.
I will respond to say they seem to be filled with acid.
Yep, we noticed that too.
Okay.
Did someone get a face full of acid?
Someone got a face full of spider, but they were able to lesser restoration it off.
Okay.
So they're like rock grubs.
No, but they think they stuck that tube down Jesse's throat.
Oh, bye, Jesse.
No, it's okay. They lesser restoration it. Any parasites are gone.
Uh-huh.
Bye, Jesse.
Man, I like that guy.
He's a
You're still
paladin.
gonna like him.
He's kind of immune to disease, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a disease.
It's not the tumor.
Can I look up here at all? Like, am I able to go into this room?
Yeah, it looks like it's a cargo storage. A lot of boxes in there.
Can I take a minute to look through some of the boxes? Anything interesting? I want a phaser. I suppose they don't have phasers. I wanna. whatever they use. I want a lightsaber.
Shotgun.
You find a bunch of weird uniforms, but nothing that you find too terribly valuable.
What? Does the material of the uniforms seem interesting at all?
It would seem very interesting. It doesn't feel. It feels fake in your hands. It's got a really weird texture to it. It feels almost like running your hand over one of Phil's spider webs, but not sticky. But not silky either. It's weird. It feels like polyester.
Can I just take one of them and roll it up and throw it in the bag full?
Yeah, it is extraordinarily old. Whatever's happened, this thing has been here a long time.
Okay. All right. So let's go look at this crystalline entity.
So looking at that, bag of holding is part of a spider currently. Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's right. So I'll just hold on to it.
Okay. Yeah, you see the same thing Phil sees. It's this passageway is completely blocked off by some sort of organically created structure.
I will just use a sending stone to ask if they've run into this thing.
Nope,
Whatever this is.
they have not.
Did our schematic show the level they were on as well?
It does. Theirs looks more like what you guys would assume to be like engine compartments and maintenance and things like that, but there are a lot more tight tunnels and things like that. You look like you're on the living deck. They are on the sub decks.
And are there only the 2 decks?
Yes. And then whatever's beyond that open door to the south.
Would any of us have any kind of mining experience?
Our family does.
I feel like we
Family.
all would.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, like,
I meant now. We're not part of that.
yeah, like the rest of our family.
Like
does.
actual mining? Probably not.
Oh, I meant
Would-
now that they're trapped in a mine.
Oh.
like seeing this giant thing. Would I think it's a big giant like crystal?
No. Filbert would... Well, he's in a spider form, so he wouldn't be able to easily explain to you. It doesn't look like a crystal. It's a weird material you've never encountered.
It's been excreted. I'll just ooze out some webbing and then kind of point at it and point at the wall.
Yuck.
And then I'll eat the webbing.
Othig, Matt, you guys got anything you want to contribute to this?
Othig doesn't know what's going on. He thinks this is all just like...
He's just sitting in a corner and rocking.
Yeah, like almost basically. Like he's just following everyone around because he's like super sketched out about what is actually going on around him. His primary concerns are the other group, what this is, and maybe we should leave. Those are his first and foremost.
Phil's gonna come over here and tap on the wall and see if it seems hollow.
No, it's very solid.
And the same over here.
Yep.
I've done everything I can.
Did we do our Arcana check on that wall?
I can't, but is it magical?
This whole place is magical.
Here's the thing. I can do an Arcana check. I will do an Arcana check. I don't know if this is a magical thing, so it may come up with nothing.
Well, that's very true, and I half expect it. Doesn't
With the advantage. So 18.
You guys are pretty... You think this whole thing is magical. This whole place is a thing of magic and engineering beauty. This, however, is definitely natural. And it does not fit the rest of this structure. It doesn't look like it's a part of the rest of this structure.
Is it a gelatinous cube? I would be unhappy if it was a gelatinous cube coming to eat us again.
It's not. It's too
No, I
hard.
bit it. It's hard.
It's hard. It would be like a cube that maybe got frozen after it ate a bunch of charcoal.
It's carbonite. Have you done that? Is that what this is?
Is what?
Is this carbonite?
No, it's not carbonite. You don't watch enough
it
sci-fi
cold?
to get any of these references, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that's my nature check.
It's it's an impenetrable barrier of natural force.
Is it cold?
No, it's actually hot.
I'm gonna go get some water and throw it on.
I guess I would say warm. It's warm. It's not hot.
Phil wants to roll some kind of check to see if he can surpass this with his wisdom. Because Tony has no idea what's going on.
Roll.
Can I throw water on it?
Yeah, it gets wet.
Okay, and can I
Where'd you get the
light
water
a
from?
torch? Isn't there a sink?
There is a sink. That's why I wanted to ask. So when you turn on the sink, there is this like banging sound of it sounds like we would know this as plumbing trying to get going. It's clunking and banging and the pipes are all terrible and then it spits out all this like water that has not moved through the pipes in forever. It's brown, it's muddy, it's gross. And when that sound begins to echo through the ship, you begin to hear like this wailing, hissing sound coming from the south.
From the what?
The south.
From the south where that arrow is?
Perhaps.
Both things can go check it out.
Yeah.
What was on the
guys-
other side of that wall?
It looks like a passage to another area.
Yeah, so let's
It's an
head
airlock
towards there.
to another area. All right, so you guys are headed that way?
Yeah.
All right,
I will cautiously go towards that.
Okay. You start heading that way and there is something that moves. You see a shadow pass. There's something on the other side of that airlock moving around in the space beyond.
I will light a torch and toss it in there and see what happens.
You hear a hissing sound and then that's it.
Do any of us have prestidigitation?
I will show you the next map for that area so you can see the little bit that the torch illuminates.
No, I don't.
It looks like more of what you guys are currently in, but it is a different environment. It's completely out of the environment you're in and in a new environment.
Okay.
It's been completely removed from the environment.
I will use the sending stone to just let them know that we found what seems to be an exit into a new area.
Have they completely investigated their section, their area?
No, their area is extraordinarily complex. There's all kinds of nooks and crannies. It looks like you guys got the easy area.
Okay. So I will just let them know that we are leaving this area.
Okay. And so you're headed into the next area then?
Think so. And also let them know there seems to be whatever thing that we saw moving seemed to be larger than the facehuggers.
Quite a bit.
Is it an actual freaking xenomorph?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Look at his tokens.
What's
No!
the xenomorph?
All right. Where's the entrance? Like, where's the? Is it the?
The north there. It's a solid wall. It's
Okay.
a solid wall.
Okay.
Yep,
okay.
that's the entrance. Yep. So this is what you're looking at as you come in. You can see down this curved hallway. There's two doors in that hallway. There's actually doors on this map. And then there's the ones below you. There's a door to the left and to the right. They are all closed and sealed. There is, from what you guys have been able to put together, there's very little power in this part of in this place compared to the other one.
I'm gonna cast Mariner's Blessing on myself.
Okay.
I am going to cast Continual Flame
Okay.
on. Let's see here. I'll put it on my dagger,
Okay. Then you guys.
and I'll just use that to light. Light out.
Where do you guys want to go? Let's get Token on here so you can tell me where you want to go.
Yeah. I assume that I'm in front. I assume Othig is picking up the rear. That way he can charge if he wants to.
I would assume that was pretty close to the front because I wanted to get to the hallway first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's my thought on this. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what Othig's headspace is like, so I don't know if he's just like...
He's totally sketched out about everything that's going on around him. Like, he thinks it's just all witchcraft.
Yeah, so is he... So that's my question. Is he, like, kind of hanging back, or is he...
He's ready to attack the air.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
So, I mean, I know this is probably against, like, every DM ruling ever, but I feel like there's no way he can't have the alert ability, right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, you're alert.
That's where he's at. I'm just saying that's where he's at.
But you're also feeling hunted. So something else is alert for you. So they can't see it. Where do you guys want to go next? Where do you want to try?
Can I look down this hallway, I guess?
With this
I will hand you a dagger.
The curved one?
Yeah, that one.
It ends. There's the two doors.
So there's 2 doors.
No, this is Ryan, not Othig, because Othig still wouldn't have any idea. But there's no panels in front of those doors, like in the other areas that
there are, but they're not lit.
Okay.
Very similar panels.
Are there buttons?
Yep, there are buttons. Filbert. Spider moves forward and can see a little bit more.
Is that like a double door on the east side?
It is.
Okay.
And it's more of a traditional double door, not like the others. It's got a seam in the middle of it.
Okay.
Phil would like to be on this wall and kind of like flattened up against it, kind of like a spider when it's burrowing itself in the sand.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
On it.
I would also kind of like to keep an eye on the ceiling because the last time I didn't do that, I got a groper or whatever that thing was around my neck.
True.
Cave lurker.
Cave lurker.
Cave fisher. So
Yes.
You guys are being very cautious. You're looking around. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything. It's very quiet in here. This floor is a bit more polished metal, and you did see some of this in the other areas, in the living areas of the other ship. It just looks like it's a fancier floor. Although it's pretty beat up. It's old. This ship is just as old as the other one you were in.
Do we want to keep going down this hallway, or do we want to try to open some of these doors?
Obviously, keep going down the hallway.
Othig would tell you, this is probably the first thing that he's said about it, besides how he's feeling. Othig would tell you that we probably need to find the area where Filbert can turn into a spider and start doing stuff again. That's exactly what he would say.
I am a spider.
I love it.
I'm still a spider. I'm a spider for 2 hours.
All right. Yeah, so as you begin to move deeper into this one, you see a lot of those, what we now know are wires, just hanging out loose in this place. There's panels pulled off onto the wall. There's all sorts of things. This thing is it's not in good shape at all. It feels like it's kind of a big piece of junk, actually. Even though it might have been really nice at one point in time. Filbert, make another perception check for me as you move into a more proper looking room.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said, scuttling around on the wall.
You still don't see anything, but you do have a pretty good view of the room now. up ahead.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
I can't see your face. I don't have Discord up.
It's like as soon as we enter this, I was like, I think I know where we are.
You might.
Is this the Falcon?
This might be the Millennium Falcon. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I just wasted all of my free time at work this week making maps of Star Wars spaceships and felt a need that I had to use them somewhere. And since some of your other friends caused a massive planar convergence by dumping a chest of holding into an interdimensional space, I thought it was the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, they did.
Who did that?
I read that one.
Yeah.
They were scooping up loot, and they were just shoving it all into a bag of holding, and one of them was another bag of holding, or
Yeah.
type of
Chest
bag of
holding
holding.
thing.
Interdimensional spaces came into conflict, and so two of them are out in a really weird part of the Feywild, and the other three are floating on a rock in the Astral Sea.
That's so
Wow.
exciting. What a TPK.
It was a pretty great moment. None of them got killed by the blast, which was fortunate for all of them, but
Wow. What group was that?
my midweek mayhem group.
Man, I didn't read the update.
All right. I didn't either.
Cowboy. Actually, Hannah did it, and it made me so happy. All right, so you see this room out in front of you. Couple of hallways.
So let's go into it.
All right, everybody make perception checks as you move into this room.
Jeez.
There is a well-lit light, or a torch light in my hand,
Okay.
whether that's good or bad.
It is not going to matter. Please roll initiative as a creature jumps out of the shaft right above you here.
It better be well lit with how much that thing costs.
With what?
Your torch.
Oh, I know, right?
That smells awesome. I don't like how much it costs.
It's expensive.
Why is it expensive?
It's
Continue a flame
with the ruby dust.
It uses it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But it's wonderful to have a fire that never goes out.
Yeah.
So this thing comes screaming around the corner like nobody's business. It's actually a little bit bigger than that.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
And it is hot on after you guys. So everybody rolled initiative?
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's going to go first. And let's see. Who's it going to pick? Spider or Matt?
I'm on the ceiling if it
Spider.
matters.
Spider.
It's
I'm on the ceiling.
definitely going after the spider.
Why does everything attack me?
Because you're a big, scary spider.
Because you're in front.
Okay, I just had a bunch of teenagers walk into my house. It might get loud, so hopefully not. And it runs up to you and it opens up this mouth full of these crystal-looking teeth, and it's got this really long oblong head, and this mouth inside of the mouthception launches out at you and bites at you, and then its tail comes whipping around from behind and slaps at you as well.
Okay. Important question. How high is the ceiling here?
It's only about 12 feet off the ground.
Can I just
Because
ask?
if I turn out a spider, I'm going to fall to the floor. So I just need to know.
Okay.
Is it possible to just know the number of other franchises that are currently in this episode?
It is all going to depend on what else you explore before the ship blows up.
Oh my gosh.
Shit's going to blow up?
Maybe. I don't know. There's a loose magical entity of some kind or conundrum that needs to be solved. And let's see. Filbert.
Yeah, it's the engine.
18 hits you, right?
Yeah, I'm a spider.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a spider. So, hold on. A strange beast.
18 would hit me with heavy armor.
So you're hit for 15 points of damage from the mouth bite. And then the
Ow.
tail stab does...
It's not doing any damage to him.
16
And I
points of
fall
damage.
12 feet to the ground.
He had temporary hit points
Oh, okay.
because he was a spider. All right, Phil falls off the ceiling. Make a dexterity saving throw for me. You won't take any damage if you make
You
it.
wouldn't fall 12 feet.
You would, yeah.
I was attached to the ceiling.
Yes, but how big is your body?
I don't know, large spider size.
So you might
He's
only
fine.
fall
He made
4
his
feet.
saving throw. It doesn't matter anyways. He doesn't take any damage. You hit the ground, and the thing kind of cocks its head to the side, and it stares at you like it does not understand what just happened.
You solved the spider puzzle. Congratulations.
Yay!
And then leaping out of the shadows over here is this one.
Oh my gosh.
And it comes running over here. And you hear Philomena whisper some cuss words. Oh. And it comes racing up, and it's going to take 2 cracks at Othig.
An Othig?
I'm sorry, Thanak. My bad.
Okay, alright.
Yeah, they're not quite... They're big. They're technically medium-sized, but they're bigger medium-sized creatures.
Before you attack me, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
First attack is going to miss. So it goes to bite you, and you block it with your shield. And you're like, oh no, toothy tooth, I seen what happens. But that tail comes whipping around, and it's going to hit you.
Okay.
For 17 points of damage. And it's going to take some back, correct?
Yes, it's gonna take 5. 5 radiant damage. Which one attacked me?
2. I'm just labeling them now. Because I didn't want you to know there were 2 in the room. So if it was all like Strange Beast 1, you'd been like, oh no, where's 2?
Did that? Oh, that didn't actually damage him.
Oh.
Hold on.
Alright. So, Othig.
There, that did. That damaged him.
These critters are now out in the room. What are you doing, man?
I'm going to charge this first one.
Okay, it is on the ceiling, but you have reach, so it doesn't matter. You can get it.
Get him. Hey, you hit it. That's all that matters.
Well, it's all that matters.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's not good. So a huge amount of acid comes running down out of this thing across your glaive, and your glaive begins to melt on the side that you stabbed it in. And you are going to take, what is 5 minus 14? You are going to take 9 points of acid damage. And I think that's your turn, right? Bonus action charge?
Yes.
All right. Filbert.
I don't like this at all. Are they made of metal?
They are not made of metal.
Well, that spell's useless. Moonbeam.
Moonbeam. Good call. Moonbeam's a great spell.
I love that spell.
I don't know what that does. Avoidance?
Oh, it doesn't have that power. I used the Displacer Beast model. Why did I deleted that? Why does it still have that?
I don't know, but it gave it advantage on that roll, it looks like. No, it rolled 2 dice. I don't know what that means.
Just reattack it, please. I don't know what it means.
Okay. Get him.
Oh. Stop with the avoidance. I'm fixing it. I see where it didn't go away. All right. Unfortunately, your moon... What happens if they make their saving throw against Moonbeam? Anything?
If they succeed, they take half damage, so it's going to succeed?
Yeah, it's going to succeed.
Because it says failure.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1. That's right. Never mind.
Gotcha.
Full damage. Moonbeam
it. Get damaged.
Oh.
And it only took half damage from that.
No, it should not have. See, this is what happens when you copy monsters.
Yes. And then while the moonbeam's up, turn into. I'm gonna turn into the dire wolf.
Oh, it did that because it still had the avoidance thing going on.
Gotcha.
That's why. I was like, it shouldn't have that power. All right, that's fixed. Both of those things are fixed now. They should behave normally. All right, and then you transform into the direwolf. That one's looking bad. There's acid pouring out of its body. It's hurt pretty bad. And
good.
Thanak, you're up.
I'm gonna throw a net at this guy.
Okay.
Beast number 2.
Are these shape changers?
No,
No.
just kidding.
Nope. You throw the net at it, and it just scurries off to the side and runs right around it.
All right, then I'm gonna use what is that called? The action surge.
Okay.
And I assume this is gonna be a disadvantage. The casting a spell, right?
Yes, you are in melee range.
Okay.
Right. Unfortunately, that's
it.
miss. All right, so Philomena is a little freaked out by all this, and she's going to back up into the hallway some. And then she is going to pull out a crossbow and blast at the one that Othig is fighting. And
Which one's doing what?
Philomena just shot the one that Othig is fighting.
Gotcha.
For 8 damage.
That you damaged, yeah.
So it's gets an arrow plunged right into the side of it, and it's angry and it's hissing and its head's whipping around. Mav
is going to toll the dead.
Toll the dead.
Roll the dead.
It fails its saving throw, so you may roll your damage. That's big damage.
Nice.
Awesome.
That's a lot of damage.
All right, Othig, I need another dexterity saving throw from you. As this thing like half pops when you kill it. Oh, that's good. You nice. You hop out of the way of that one pretty easily. It collapses to the ground and it begins to eat a hole in the floor where its body is laying. All right.
And then Mav is just going to look at Philomeno and be like, "Back it up, lady. Back it up."
All right. Othig. Oh, sorry. Strange Beast is up. Strange Beast is going to continue to attack Thanak. 11 does not hit you. And
Where's what's his name with the incendiary rounds?
Dang.
I mean,
14
No, we
does
don't
not
want an
hit you either.
incendiary guy.
yeah, we do.
No, that's how you
No.
set off the reactor.
Yeah.
All right. Missed both times.
Good.
Thanak, you're doing a good job of keeping that thing at bay. Othig, you're up.
Good.
Gonna move and do my charge.
Okay.
And it should end up right there.
I love, by the way, that I have kept a xenomorph at bay, okay for 12 seconds. I'm feeling very proud of myself.
I'm
These are
proud
just
that
the
we
little
killed
ones.
one in 12 seconds.
Yes.
I'm actually really sad none of you got face hugged. All right.
Jesse did.
Othig, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you skewer that sucker and acid splashes out. You almost get out of the way of it and you'll take 2 more points of damage. The one side of your dual glaive now is completely ruined. You can no
Do I need to
longer
make
use
one?
the dual glaive as a dual glaive.
Oh, sad day.
Filbert.
Do I need to
Wait.
make one, or am I okay?
No, these guys don't splatter like the face
Oh, okay.
huggers do. When they die, they
Move
will.
the moonbeam. Does this one have avoidance?
No,
Should I
I
wait?
turned it all off. It should be fine.
It succeeds, which means it'll take half damage.
Well, that's a good roll anyways. So
Good roll.
And if it's a shape changer, it no longer shape changes.
it is not a shape changer.
That's my turn.
All right. Actually, it's still having it. I don't know why it's still having it. It shouldn't be.
It's
It
because
should have
Because
that.
it succeeded.
No, it already did that, didn't it? Yeah, because look, it says damage 8. He rolled
Yep,
17.
because it
damage
succeeded.
8. Okay. All right.
Yeah, on a success, it takes half damage from Moonbeam.
Okay. Gotcha. So it's still moving around. Thanak, you're up.
I'm gonna take a step right there.
Okay.
So I'll take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. It whips
If it
its
wants.
tail around at you, and it wants. It definitely wants to hit Thanak. It's mad at Thanak. Although
Well, it
Othig
can
just
push it
skewers it. Yeah, it's totally going to nail you.
Can you do? Yeah, I can do a reaction on my own turn.
If you haven't used it yet, yeah, you can use your reaction whenever something provokes an action or a
Did
reaction.
that?
That
did
hits
that
you for
actually
16.
resist it? Okay, so that didn't actually go in there. 16. Okay, all right. Okay, and then I'm going to do a psychic blast on him.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Nope.
That one, please
I hurt
make
my own
another
head.
D20 roll for me. 19. Nice recovery.
Yeah.
Philom-
That's it.
Philomena is going to Healing Word Thanak
Thank you.
for 6. Mav. Actually, she can still shoot because Healing Word's a bonus action. And miss. Okay, so it definitely is Mav's turn.
Mav's gonna toll the dead again.
It will fail again. All right. It looks like this thing is just barely holding itself together, but it is still holding itself together. So
At the start of its turn, it makes another con save for the Moonbeam.
for the Moonbeam. Oh,
nice.
no.
How do I... Am I not targeting?
No,
I'm
I'm not.
You're not targeting him.
He will fail.
It'll fail! Get damaged!
That's really sad. Because I was
I
about to
left
wallop on
one hit
Othig.
point.
Oh,
Hey, you wanted to fry that dual glaive
I
some
do
more.
need Othig to make a dexterity saving throw, as this one splats, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not good. 8. So you're going to take... You're going to take 3 more points of acid damage. And the body falls down on this really weird-looking game table, and it just starts to melt the board, and it all just turns into a pile of mush, and then through the floor. And you'll never be able to play Space Monster Chess.
Space Monster chest.
Mike, is my dual glaive inoperable then?
It will function now like a normal glaive. So
Okay, so here's the thing. I was only hitting him with the main part of the glaive, like not the backswing part.
well, it's the same on both sides. So you ate one
Okay.
side of it.
Okay, so does that butt swing just turn into like the regular butt
Yep.
swing then? Got it. So I have 2 regular glaives then.
Yeah, you do. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more of this here map now that you've been running around in this area. That should do it. Right there. So it looks like there's some sort of workroom right behind the game table there, and a little mini kitchen as well. And then it looks like there's another airlock there, but this one's not open, and then a hallway leading down. There's also a ladder going up and down in that little tunnel to the north. Right there.
Yeah, somebody should take a look.
Mav, make a perception check for me as you go that way. There is a hatch open, small hatch that you could crawl through on the others in between these ladders. heading into what looks to be some sort of room full of brightly colored yarn and gizmos.
I may stick my dagger into that area
Okay.
and see what lights up. Like, see what I see in
We're
light.
going to light up.
It looks like a space in there. You could definitely get in there and move around.
Let's do it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
All right. So you crawl in there and begin moving around. And right here is a wobbling portal of some kind. I wouldn't even say portal. It is definitely a... You've seen one. This is a rip in the weave.
How do I fix the rip in the weave?
Last time Mara Lee used a ritual to close it.
I'm just going to call out and tell them that I found a rip in the weave.
I'll go take a look.
Okay. So, Danik, you go and take a look at this. Philomena comes in there as well. She's got some arcane knowledge going on.
Use your cell phone to call up the
I was just
party
going to do
too.
that, yeah.
Okay, they're back up on the main floor, and they're thinking about trying to smash their way through the secretion.
I was also thinking about doing that, so if it works, let me know.
Okay.
Filbert is trying to use his dog senses to see if he can sniff out any more of these creatures.
You know there are 3 more of these creatures that frequent this area, but they are currently not here.
So I will relay that and let them know there are larger
predators.
Yep.
On the.
So I'm going to backtrack a little bit before that phone call.
Okay.
Did you let them know you found the tear?
Yes.
Okay, then they're not going to want to smash that. They're going to head your way.
Okay.
Because there's no reason to keep looking if they found the tear.
I mean, I don't know if there was another tear or not.
Okay. Well, I guess they don't know either, but they'll know once they start to close it. And then you call back the second time, and you hear, really busy, and it sounds like there's screaming and fighting and things going on.
Okay, well, somebody should maybe go help them.
The wolf will head that direction.
Okay. All right, you start running through the tunnel, and you do see that other group, and they are dealing with the other 3 that you sniffed out. And there are 3 or 4 of those little critters crawling around on the ground, too.
Oh, for crying out loud. We should go help them.
Yes, we should.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, so with all of your combined strength in there, I'm not going to go back into another combat because it's starting to get late. Everybody give me a D20 roll to see how well you all do.
Oh, no.
Nat 20.
Oh, good. Mine didn't show up.
Filbert's got a 7, Thanik's got a 10. So, Filbert, they really come after you as the dog again. And
Of course they do.
Yep. And you, in order to keep some of the face huggers off of people, you end up having to bite a few. So you have,
absolutely.
you have a pretty bad go of it as a dog. So I'm going to push you back into fill form and give you 6 more damage.
I would have absolutely been healing myself along the way.
Oh.
I'll bust my spell slots if I need to.
Okay, well then let's leave you at 10 doggo points. Sound fair then? Thanak, you're going to take another 8 points of damage. Mav, you're going to take 8 as well. Othig, you don't take any damage at all. And you just run through, like, Jenica almost takes a face hugger to the face, and you swing around with your butt swing and pop that sucker right out of the air, and it splats against the wall. It's another cool montage of Othig, like, just kicking butt, taking names, cleaning up the floor. So it is a very loud fight, and then after it wraps itself up, you hear a huge scream. It is a shrieking, unearthly, animalistic scream, and it sounds really mad.
Oh, for crying out loud, no. No.
And so your friends are all pretty beat up. Their armor's looking screwed up and mashed up, and it's rough here right now. And Jenica says we need to get this tear closed before whatever that is comes.
Yeah. Adam would agree.
All right, so you all run back to the Falcon.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. And so you start to work on the weave tear, and it starts to move. And it slides straight through the walls and ends up heading... Because not everybody's in there, because you can't all fit in there. And
Right,
it heads this way.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Can we follow the tear?
You definitely can follow the tear.
Like, is the tear moving or is the ship moving?
The tear is from the look of it, the tear is moving because the floor doesn't feel like it's moving or anything. And as it passes through the walls kind of warble and change and then go back to normal.
Are we doing a ritual?
That's what was started, and the terror decided to
Abandon ship?
vacate the area.
So can we continue the ritual while we're moving, or do we have to start over?
You think you might have to start over. You don't know. You'll have to find it again. Jenica is very confused by what just happened.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
Whoever's casting it, just put him on me and I'll carry him.
Well, I think there's probably at least 4 of us.
All casting this ritual?
There would be
probably
several people who would be able to aid in it. Between the bards and the 2 weave guardians. Mav would have been called on to be sucking up excess energy, all that type of good stuff. So
yeah, I mean, this would be a complicated thing.
you can't see it anywhere right now, so you're gonna have to try to force this door open or find a way into it.
Yeah, let's try to open it up.
Okay, there is a seam on this one, so you can get in there and try and crank on this sucker.
Hey, I think you want to grab
Yep.
crowbar?
Yep. You want to roll or you want me?
No, you go for it.
Okay.
With advantage.
Strength check, Mike.
Yes, please. That's not so good.
Gosh.
That's not so good. So you're having a real hard time with it. Couple other people get in there. Thanik, you want to give it a whirl?
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a whirl.
Is there a keypad?
Oh my
What on
gosh.
earth?
There is a keypad, but there's no power to it.
Do does anybody have guidance or anything like that?
Nope.
Any of the do you have it?
Philomena says, well, let me inspire you. You try it again. You can add a D6 to your roll. Whoever
Okay.
wants to make a third
You or me?
attempt.
I'll
Go
roll.
for it. Yeah, you go
Alright.
for it.
And normally I'd just say you work it open, but the amount of time you're taking here kind of matters.
This is stupid.
There we
There.
There
go.
it is. All right. Very nice. So the
Bless.
door slides open with a nice 24, and it looks like you're in an engine compartment. And there is a rift tear standing in the middle, or sitting in the middle of this room, warbling. And there is a man in a black and yellow uniform, and you blink, and it's like, no, there's 3 men in black and yellow uniforms, and they're all holding something out into the middle of this off of a pole. And the guy looks like this guy right here.
Yep. He's so black and yellow, and I was like, all right.
And he looks at you, and he cocks his head to the side, and he's like, I need you to assist me with this. I need you to figure out which one of me is the one from this timeline.
How do we figure that out?
That's why he just asked you to do it.
I'm gonna bite one of them.
I would like to ask which one of them is from this timeline.
They're uncertain. If we were following episode canon, they'd just randomly figure out which one it is and then all agree.
Yeah.
But that's not how this is going to play out. Filbert,
That's
you're going to
not how
bite
this
one of
works.
them?
Yep.
All right, you go up to bite one of them.
The first one that talked.
Okay.
I
Oh,
bite him real good.
you bite him real
Yeah,
good.
you do.
Let me fire a warning shot.
Yeah.
You, he is immune to
You just
poison.
killed Data.
Oh, I'm a wolf. I'm a dire wolf. I'm not a spider.
Oh, that's right. You bite into him, and the middle one flinches first out of the group.
Can I tandem that with an investigation check?
Yeah, sure.
Can I do an insight check?
Can I use advantage on that with what's her name?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank
Because
you.
everybody's trying to figure this crap out.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Yeah, you'll just have to give me a solo one.
Yeah.
Which is still good. You're pretty sure with how fast the one in the middle reacted that you think he's probably the one.
Okay. So we'll
I'll
point
bite
out.
that one again.
We point out. We think that's the one. And I'll say stop biting people.
He would agree, and he releases the tube that's hanging off of the stick, and the rift shrinks, and those three guys vanish.
Okay. So let's try to do the thing.
Ritual again? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Andy, I need a Constitution save from you as you're absorbing magical energy.
Do we have map here?
You
Do we have
should.
one?
I revealed it.
I just gotcha. We're just not in there. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in there.
Okay. Let's see. Constitution saving throw. Okay, Andy, you know you're gonna pop here in a second. You've taken too much.
So are all my spell slots filled then?
Your spell slots are filled. You are correct.
Okay. Well, I am going to cast a second level Cure Wounds
Okay.
on Thanik.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And then I'm going to walk away.
You are still gonna detonate 2 levels of spell slots.
I'm going to walk away this way. And out.
That was terrible. That was a bad explosion.
Okay, I am going to
Seriously,
heal
left you
myself.
with 1 hit point. That was bad news, man.
I'm going to cast a couple more second level healing spells.
Okay.
Where I hop back in there.
All right. Thanik and Filbert, you're not arcane, but you can assist with the ritual. So I need spellcasting modifier rolls from you guys as you assist with the closing ritual.
So just like cast a.
Yeah, just like
I
your
assume
action.
I would need to come out of dog form for that.
Oh, you would. You don't have to, but it would help.
I've used my spell slots to maintain this. Otherwise I'd still have my spell slots. So I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay. All right, psychic blast. Perfect. So
Is that what you meant? Like
yes,
roll
that is
like
exactly what I meant.
Okay.
That the ritual is going very, very well. Othig, you're standing in the doorway with a couple of the other NPCs, and you hear something really large coming down the hallway
Which one?
to the north.
I'm gonna get at it.
It doesn't fit in the small hallway, right?
It does, but it looks like it's squeezing. It's trying to get down the small hallway.
Let it
Do I have time to take a pop shot at it?
Not yet. It's not fully into view yet. All right, guys. I need another round of rolls from those who are assisting with the ritual.
I'm gonna head out I'm gonna head out of this room
Okay.
to keep whatever it is from getting in by these people. I'm gonna go advance towards whatever this thing is to try and prevent it from getting to. Because I'm big enough to get in its way. So
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Othig.
Okay. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, because my computer just locked up.
You your video was froze for a minute, but it's fine now.
Okay. Cool. Oh man, everything is going like dirt. Okay. Oh
because it knew you were going to do something bad.
no, it's not loading my token now. Lame. Well, here's what's coming. I'll just drop it into Discord. Maybe. You guys know what's coming. Everybody knows
we
what's
know it's
coming.
We do?
Tony might not.
Yes. Tony's got no idea.
It's a real big one.
Nope.
And it is coming down the hallway. All right, so it's not loading my token, so I will just use a smaller one.
So the answer on franchises before was 1.
How many rounds of combat would it have taken in that previous altercation, Mike?
There was 3.
3.
No. The one that we didn't actually play out.
Oh, that one.
I don't know, probably 3 or 4.
Thank you.
All right. Mav, did you roll another con save?
No.
Okay, I'll need
Do you
another one.
need me to roll another concept?
I do need you to roll another con save. Well, that one's much
Nice.
better. This is more like your training. You suck this one up pretty good. You top your spell slots off, and I need you to unload 2.
Okay. And Thanik.
Yeah, I'll take it.
More healing.
All right, so Othig and Filbert move into this hallway, and this sucker is coming down, but this one's big. It's really weird. It's like it won't let me load the encounter that has the queen in it. So that's okay.
That's because, yes.
All right. Her initiative's terrible. Othig, go ahead. You're up.
Sweet. Do I will I have gotten to take a shot with my bow before I got...
Yeah, you can.
All right, so I'll longbow it.
Oh, hold on for a sec before you do that, or we're gonna have problems. It's got avoidance again.
This one probably actually has it.
No, this thing's a big, clunky, massive.
Yeah, it's too big to have avoidance.
Yeah, it's got no hope of avoiding anything. Okay, she should be good now.
Nice.
Yeah, shoot that thing.
Oh my gosh.
So you whap it, it kind of just shakes it off like it doesn't even care. And it keeps running down the hallway.
Okay. And then will I take a regular attack then?
What do you mean? Oh, you're saying as it comes into view and then it has...
Yeah.
No, if you want to shoot it, it's coming around the corner fast. It could make it to you on its turn if I wanted to do that type of stuff. So you can either shoot it as it comes into view, or you could take a regular attack when it comes into reach.
Nope. I'll stay.
Okay. Filbert.
Filbert's going to bite it.
Filbert's going to bite it.
I have advantage because I have a friendly.
Nice, you do.
Pack tactics.
Mike, would I be able to, like, how is it big enough that I'd be able to move through its space?
No. You can't move through enemy spaces, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right, these guys.
That's all I got.
All right, Filbert, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for half of this damage.
Awesome.
Because you bit it, so it's a physical attack. So you're going to take
That's a 6.
13 points.
Actually,
of
with a
acid
dog, I
damage.
have a +2, so that's an 8.
It's still, it's a fail. 13 points of acid damage.
I'm no longer a dog.
All right.
Jeez.
Thanak.
What am I doing?
Well, hold on. That means I have a bonus action, right?
Yeah, because you're forced out.
Yep. That's good. I'm going to back up.
Yeah, you're small, so you're out of its reach now, you think?
Yep. And then I'm going to cast Healing Spirit on Otheg.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, Otheg is taking damage, so I'll cast Healing Spirit on Otheg.
All right. So, Thanak, you are engaged in the ritual.
Yes. Do you want me to do another
Yes, please.
spell thing?
All right, that one's not so good. The ritual, it's starting to close. The portal's almost closed, but it is not done yet, unfortunately.
Okay.
Looks like it's got a little bit left, and the NPCs do not manage to close it. So this sucker comes running up on Othig now, and it looks angry, and it goes to bite Othig with its mouth, and oh my gosh, 15 is not going to hit Othig. Stupid thing has a plus 11 to hit.
Do I get to strike him?
For what?
No, you already hit him, remember?
But he came into my range. Reaction.
Yeah, your reaction was to hold him.
Oh, no. You're totally right. No, he's right. He would have gotten his attack before. Absolutely. Because it is in your range now. You shot it with the longbow as it ran in, and then when it got into his range, he can hit it with his glaive.
I get it. Okay.
That's my bad.
Glaive dissolved.
Like that.
This end
Half
is now
dissolved.
covered in acid, and it is starting to go. You, based on what happened last time, you know you probably got one more round before this sucker's useless.
It's fine.
All right. So then it... It's a nat 1. Worthless monsters. Oh, dear. Oh, no.
Did you nat one it again?
No, I 2'd it, so it will have disadvantage on its next attack. No, it has disadvantage next round.
Jeez.
It is not stunned, though. So, Mav, you're up, and I need a Constitution saving throw as you continue to siphon off the energy. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no. That is 7 levels of spells, Mav.
Okay, we are going to Guiding Bolt guy at a level 2.
You'll
We're
hit
going to
it.
use my... Oh, it will hit. Oh, never mind.
It's a big, hunky monster.
Yeah. We're going to do very little damage to it,
Wow.
and then we're going to continue the run through this way because I won't make it up there in time.
You've hit only 1s and 2s with D6s.
Yeah. It's been a bad night for Andy's rolls.
And Mav's going to need some help here in a second.
Yep. Mav goes over in an explosion of magic.
But it's not an instant death.
Nope, it's not an insta-death. Which it could have been. That was a bad roll, man. All right, so that brings us to... Sorry, Othig, I skipped your turn.
Oh, hey, I did 7 damage to myself and not to Predator.
That's not okay.
Thank you for that.
By the way, you no longer have concentration.
Got it. Okay.
Oh, bummer. All right, Othig, you're up. You do not have advantage, unfortunately.
Thanks.
You do get healed at the beginning of your turn, though. Yay.
Sweet.
Great.
Thanks for that.
That's what I do.
Okay, I'm going to ask this before I make an attack. Do I feel like I would get 2 attacks off with my dissolving
Yes,
blade
because you'll still get your butt swing in.
and then an action surge attack?
Yeah, it would still be this round, so your glaive would still be functional.
Great. Okay. That's what I'm going to do!
Do it.
All right, let's... Before you go crazy, I need it. Now, see, there it goes. Ryan just starts hitting things. I need a dexterity saving throw from that first attack.
Got it.
You pass. You dodge the acid. Now you can roll your damage on your butt swing. And another dexterity saving throw. That's good butt swing damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you dodge it again.
Action surge.
Othig, you are a monster on this character. Oh, that's going to miss
Yeah.
out.
That's a bummer. Action surge. Man, I feel like between Adam and I, our action surges have just been trounced.
Not so great. I mean, they'll get better
As
when
good
we
as
start getting...
Hey, you had advantage on that first one.
No, you went unconscious. Isn't that
No, he
concentration?
went unconscious.
The guiding
hit
bolt
it with
still
the
stays
guiding
up.
bolt.
It's not concentration.
It's not concentration.
Oh, well.
Yeah?
Yeah, check and see if you would have done a crit.
All right.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so we're good.
Close. Closer.
Closer.
Philbert's up.
Makes
just
you
watched
wonder if I
Maverick
would have missed
explode.
that miss, though.
Did Othig move out of the healing spirit?
Probably.
Wow.
Because
He moved
I saw
forward.
you just moved, Othig.
Yeah, I moved up 5 feet.
Well, I guess I'll move the healing spirit back onto you, which is convenient because that means it'll heal you.
Sorry, I had to for my butt swing.
No, it's okay. I don't disapprove. So that'll be a bonus action to move that, and then I'll run over and I will. Ooh, that's a good heal. Good job. And then I'll run over to Mav and fish out his potion vial and use
Got it.
my action to shove it in his mouth.
Sounds good. So 1d4 plus 1.
Well, his currently has
3.
3d4 plus 3.
Well, how
so.
much do you want to give him?
I'm gonna give him all of it. This is a big fight, and Mav pops a lot.
The creature does look badly wounded already. Your
Yeah, but the
NPCs
portal
have done a
looks-
good job on it. Yeah. the
Oh, that's
portal.
fair. Okay, yeah, I'll let him sip on it, and then I'll go back where I was.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't want you guys to waste resources, but I also don't want to get you killed, so. Okay. Thanik,
Oh my gosh, you kidding me?
that is enough to close the portal this round, though.
All right, sweet.
So the portal snaps closed, and as it does, everything here begins to shift and shake.
Time to go.
Yeah,
Silver's looking for the room with the buttons.
I think that room's not going to exist in a minute.
No, it's
Yeah, we
okay.
just need to
fly away
go
from
up
the
the ladder.
explosion fast enough, it'll be
Right.
fine.
All right. So, Thanik, you'd still have your movement. You can move if you want.
Yeah, I do. And then I go out here, and I'm like, "There's a big giant thing."
Yeah.
Where you said we have to leave through the ladder? Where? What ladder?
Didn't we come down a ladder?
Yes, you
We
came down a ladder in the other ship.
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yes.
In the first structure.
All right. So.
Which is disappearing
10,
into space-time.
25, 30. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Philomena says, "Oh, good. We're leaving. Good. And
Yes, we're leaving.
she is gonna run this way and see that big thing and just scream at it that she's the worst mother ever, and it looks really ashamed of itself for being the worst mother ever. Basically, it tells her you're a terrible Disney princess, and ooh, that's max damage. It looks really,
Nice.
it's really mad at itself right now. I am a terrible mother.
I am.
My kids are all dead. And then it's turn.
I am a bad Disney princess.
And it has disadvantage on its attack rolls against Othig. I just set the dice on Othig's head. That's cool. Okay, I don't know what my PC is doing, but I hate it right now. I'm actually a little worried about the recording. It won't let me roll. It just keeps dropping the dice. I also can't reset their placement. Wow. I mean, like, super wow.
It also won't let me roll on Othig if that makes you feel any better.
A little bit.
What if you do it on the combat tracker?
It wouldn't roll there either. There it goes. Okay. At disadvantage, Othig, you dodge a critical hit.
Nice.
Nice.
A regular hit. And all 3 attacks are going to miss you, buddy, as this thing just cannot get a hold of itself thanks to how badly it did last round. Mav, you wake up on the floor. You hurt a lot.
Well, Mav is going to step forward, seeing that the portal's closed. He is going to decide to shoot it again.
Do it.
Oh, he's going to use his divine precision to add 10 to that.
That'll hit.
18 will hit.
It's okay. You just woke up.
I know.
Oh,
Dude! Yahtzee!
Okay. All right. It doesn't say it's dead, but it has 1 hit point left, and I'm not gonna. You get this. I said at the beginning of our campaign there'd be moments where I give it to you, and you are so furious and just still crackling with magical energy, even though it all blew off of you. You just let loose this guiding bolt, and it just rips the whole side of its head right off. Unfortunately, Othig, you're going to need to make a dexterity saving throw, and the DC is 30.
Was that a Hadouken?
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, roll your D10. Roll a D10 and add it to that nat 20. That's amazing.
That's sick. This is sick.
There is so much acid, it like washes almost in a wave, and everybody is just backing up and running away, and you're all certain, 100% certain that Othig has been washed away in the acid. And when it comes down and the queen's body is gone, he's standing on the other side of it, and he looks at you guys and he's like, "What are you waiting for? Let's get out of here."
That's awesome.
And so you guys, I'm guessing, run?
Yes.
Everything is getting wonkier and shiftier moving, and there is a large roaring from outside that you hear, and everything starts to move and tip. And you guys tumble off to the side, and you're scrambling now. You're almost running alongside of a wall.
All of our NPCs are with us, right?
Yes, everybody's with you. Nobody.
I'm gonna move that healing spirit with me for a little while we're running too, just so that you're aware of that.
How far can you move it and around?
30 feet. It's more than I can move.
Well, you can dash. I'm assuming you're dashing.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, if you want to take one round of it as you boogie, that's fine. But it's...
Yep.
So, you guys...
Yes.
And then everything, it feels like you're yanked up. Like the ship is yanked up out of the ground and then starts to tumble. And then it abruptly stops and turns to the side again. You guys are tumbled over and over again. And you make it to the ladder and you can see daylight outside. And you start climbing up the ladder. And then all of a sudden, the ship is upside down and you're climbing down the ladder. But you're climbing up it downwards because you're upside down. And you begin to spill out of the hatch onto the ground below. And there is a giant worm that has a hold of the ship. But it is like warbling and it's coming undone too. And then there is a magical pulse of energy. And I need everybody to make con saves as it washes over everyone. Everyone but Mav, because you have 2 open spell slots.
I can't. There we go.
Mav just can sit there and take this if he wants.
Oh.
Mav will.
All right. Othig, you're done with this magical crap. You're like so sick of it all.
So done.
You just want to go home. And let's see. Othig, you'll take 10 damage. Everybody else is going to take 21 points of damage, except Mav. Because he sucks that
21?
up. 21. And you watch as this huge sandworm that may or may not be from the movie Dune
As soon as you said sandworm, I was like, from Dune?
consumes the ship and sucks it down. And as the blast of magic washes over everyone, and you are now lying in a grassy field surrounded by tall golden trees.
How long time-wise was that running out?
30 seconds? Minute maybe?
Okay.
Not
Well,
real
the reason
far.
I'm asking is, would the damage have been while I was still concentrating on my spell? And I'm just working towards that maintaining concentration thing for the Warcaster thing.
Yes, I'm sure it would have been.
Okay.
How long does Healing Spirit last? A minute?
I think so. Something like that.
You'd
Yeah.
have like one go of it left.
Okay. I would have dropped it there with that 10 on a Constitution saving
Okay.
throw. So.
And so while you're all laying there in the grass, you look around, and the area that was once a clearing is now kind of alive with movement, and you see multiple humanoid and serpent-like humanoids moving forward towards you, and behind them are 3 or 4 people on fire. And that's where I'm going to leave you tonight.
Great.
All right. Mike, is that dissolved glaive totally gone now?
It's basically a quarterstaff now.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So it
Suck.
was a bit of movie apocalypse. There were some other things hiding in there that could have popped out as well, but definitely it was heavily Star Wars and Aliens themed.
Alien.
What was the crystal wall? What was that?
That was just the it wasn't a crystal wall. I don't know how we got onto the crystal. It was just the resin from the. It's the thing that aliens build their nests out of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I did a very good job of explaining that.
Oh no, I
organic?
absolutely understood that. That's why I kept trying to tell him about it with my spider webs.
I don't know why I wasn't. You said organic, and so my first thought was like living organic.
Mm.
And I was like, oh no, it's not that. It's like